said it was resolved, right?
I think that's the way to
100%.
or attempt to at least.
Well, maybe Tristan or Renian will set them right and tell them not to hunt these.
Sorry. Yeah. You all head off. You head back to Uffish or wherever you're staying for the day. Anyone have anything else they want to do before you go to the ball via Iranian Square?
I want to have a look at this dress.
Yeah.
What does the underskirt look like on this dress? Like, is it just like plain net skirts?
Yeah,
Like
black net skirt.
underneath?
Yes.
Right. I'm getting my dagger, and
Yeah.
I am taking off
Mm.
all of the top skirt. I'm just going to wear the black net. So I've just taken all of that off.
Mhm.
I might leave the bodice
Yeah.
with its dagger thing, but just basically getting rid of all the polka dots and the patchwork and just turning it into this big black net
Fantastic.
skirt. I am going to wear my Medicaster mask
Mhm.
and black cloak. Were there gloves with this outfit?
Probably not.
That's fine. I shall go with my arms bared, and yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Love it. Love it.
It's like we can play Cinderella. I'm happy. No worries.
Fantastic.
So I do some hack job on my dress.
Give us a crafting check. You
Oh,
can, you can achieve
Could
this
I
regardless,
aid
but
in
see
that?
how-
Because I've got all the embroidery thread
Yeah,
that I
sure,
could
sure,
use
sure.
to...
Crafting, Drizella's strong point. Yeah.
7.
Oh dear. 13. It's allowed to be hacked.
It works
It's punk.
regardless. It looks very punk. I'll
Yeah,
say
that's
that.
fine.
It
We'll
looks
go with
very-
that. Punk ball down.
Big B, Darian, anything you want to do before you head off for the ball?
Just think of the tomatoes and stuff.
Lovely.
Oh. Yes, yeah, we'll pocket library.
Yeah. What would you like to make some checks on?
I want to see if I can find a book
Mhm.
on the Iranian family.
Mhm.
And exactly, like, I know I've seen their coat of arms and the, like, shredded thingy.
Yep.
But
you
I
also
wanna see
saw
what
on
the-
the tabard of Darren Arena.
Exactly. But I want to know what, like, a fully kitted out, like,
1 minute.
like, not battle armor, but, like,
Mm.
you know, an Iranian guard would have looked like.
Yeah, for sure, for
something
sure.
like that.
I'll let you. You can cast it. You look for like a book of art or something like that.
Yeah,
Give us
just
give
some
us
sort of, like,
Give us a society check
family trees of
with the usual bonus. for it.
Yeah.
That's
That's 23. 24. Sorry.
24. You can imagine they would have looked similar to most of the guards on here, but probably bright red coat, yellow trim, crest in the middle. You find one reference in this book that their shields were styled like a wedge tail, so big out there, small fan at the bottom with neat embossed on.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. You reckon we could jerry-rig something out of that if you wanted to? We will break for dinner there before we all head off to the ball. I will give you out these, which is the guest lists. Grab one of those and pass it on.
Roast dinner here, is it?
First one. Could you grab one of those and pass it
Oh
on?
my goodness.
God.
And all of these people are going to be announced as they arrive.
Wow.
God.
Oh
you
my
don't need
God.
to know all these people.
From now to midnight, it's just going to be announcements.
Yeah, that's why I'm not doing it. I'll announce a couple of highlights, but you don't need to know all these people. But during the ball, there'll be times where you can mingle and that sort of thing, and you can go, I want to talk to that person. They all know different people. They all know different things. They're all different levels of popularity. There's also a page at the back for some special mechanics we'll be using. Basically, the ball will be
Oh,
divided
Eustace is going to be there.
into 10-minute sections.
Food smell.
Lady-elect of the 5th Screaming. Wow.
Oh, is that Schmeen?
Right.
Whatever the name is?
Schneeden.
Schneeden. So just about, by the time you arrive at 3 p.m., most people are there. Everyone on this first page here is there. Most of the people on the third page have arrived. And the Fae, you don't actually see any of the Fae arrive. You just kind of look about the big entryway to Dolor's Garden and see.
Oh, we were going to do the thing in Iranian Square then.
My apologies. Rewind. Iranian Square.
I don't know what you guys are doing.
Oh,
wanna do whatever?
I'm just walking with you.
Okay.
Is anybody not coming to Iranian Square? Lovely.
All right, lovely.
Yeah, bang.
This will take more than 6 seconds.
That's
But,
okay.
but
We
I
can
have
bend
to.
the
I have
rules.
5 actions. I have to. Oh no! Wait. No, I don't. I can do it in 1 action.
What's the spell?
I'm casting 2 spells. I'm first casting time jump.
Yep.
And I'm time jumping to the top of the
Hang on.
above the cage.
Let me check how that works.
I think I actually am not. I am gonna not be at the Iranian Square for this.
Have fun. I'm out of it.
Yeah. Well, at least it because I would still be on the build report in case you decide to piss off every single person.
Mordred comes just in case Darian does something stupid.
I gain 2 actions, each of which must be used to leap,
Someone
stand,
should
sit,
be.
or stride.
Okay,
And I
beautiful.
can also climb as well.
Awesome.
So I'm going to
Wonderful.
climb on top of the cage,
You
but it
climb
happens
up-
in an instant, like no one sees me climb.
Very cool.
As I'm doing that, even though I know I can't use those extra actions, can I, like, while I'm moving, cast illusionary disguise?
Just this once.
to be the... I want to turn myself into, like, an Iranian guard that's that's, like, just no weapons, no, like, shield, just, like, the armor.
Incredible.
Alright. And then as I get up there, I will cast Enthrall as well.
You are in the square. Look, it looks like Mimsy still has. Sorry, it looks like Kaloo still hasn't been opened up to the general public. So there are still a town's worth of not quite refugees, but just displaced people for a couple of days out here. Lots of people as you go up there. Heads all turning to you as you cast Enthrall.
Was there anyone in the cage?
Sorry,
Was there anyone in the cage?
no one's in the cage.
No one's in the cage.
There is, in fact, a large large canvas top that's been thrown over the cage to keep its insides obscured. You appear at the top as it falls to the ground, revealing its emptiness.
Alright. Citizens of Salazar Glum. I think that's correct, isn't it? 5 years you have suffered under a dark cloud. Like the seed of a corrupt tree, its influence has grown, destroying the town of Mimsy as it came, the scars of which continue to remain to this day, hurting those who provide the core of our way of life, our food, our sustenance. The workers of Kaloo have faced harsher taxes and stricter deadlines than ever before. Our streets have been filled with harsh soldiers, as I point out, like the soldiers.
You see that
around me.
they are running about trying to work out what they should do.
Curfews, and for the unfortunate who got put in the wrong place at the wrong time, death and uffish at the gallows. This ends now. We stand on high as I cast invisibility.
Incredible. Give me a performance or diplomacy check.
And I think I get a bonus to that. Oh,
Can
God.
I aid from afar by going?
Actually, can I use
Yeah.
my hero point for that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Drizella's standing
Oh,
like,
yes, that's perfect. Alright.
in all her finery, like
26.
punk finery, like standing, leaning back against a tree, just kind of watching this.
Mordred's like, woo!
And then watching Mordred, like...
You might gain circumstance bonus up to +4.
Have the 4.
Have 5.
Have 6 for 20.
Have 6.
So add +6 in total for everyone's help.
36 for that.
I think you should get
The
a plus
biggest
for
roll we've done
Drizella
so far, I
not
think.
helping. I think you should definitely get
I
a
got 19 on the
39
die, so
ones.
Wow.
yeah.
That's true.
Incredible. You see, there is such a success. Mordred, you see people joining in, calling out. You hear, "Bring back the Iranians! Down with the Beast King!" You hear people taking up rocks and sticks and throwing them at guards. Pitchforks are picked up, torches lit somehow appearing from the ground already.
Mordred goes, no, this isn't the way. We don't need
Kill
to
the guards! Kill the oppressors!
And as I get into the crowd, I'm going to drop illusionary disguise, drop invisibility,
Yeah.
and I'm just going to start singing the anthem
Incredible.
and hope that the raucous happens.
Absolutely. An angry mob of people singing that song from Les Mis storm the guardhouse over there, kicking the door down, throwing torches in through the windows. These guards are trained mercenaries, They cannot beat a mob of this size with any chance at all. I'm not even rolling anything. You see some of the guards coming out the back or running up the road, calling out, "Help! Help! We've got a revolt! We've got a revolt!"
That'll do. I'll just carry on my way.
Yeah.
Mordred says, "You did a good thing there.
Yeah.
These people need hope."
Rebellion's built on it. You see the mob is torturing there. You see them pulling down the cage, ropes going around, and people going, "Heave! Heave!" as it poof, tumbles over into the dirt. You see a younger lad, maybe 15, 16, run into the nearby field with a sickle and start cutting off wheat and just throwing it to people as they all throw it overhead. As you see, they slowly start to march.
I will.
Oh yeah.
I will just plant a seed in like someone I'm passing by, and just be like, "There seems to be an awful lot of swords down in that lake. I don't know if any of them are actually useful, but
Nice.
Incredible." You see people with the same ropes they used to pull down the cage, organising divers to crawl up the large stash of weapons placed just near the site of great aggravation. Terrible design by the Beast King there. Going down, broken weapons coming up that will still serve us just fine. A very large, very angry mob forming in Perennial Square.
Woo.
I'm guessing you're going to move away from that for now. Are you
Absolutely.
heading up to Glove?
Yeah.
You hear kind of talk from several people as some of them start to get on, like upturned milk carts, that sort of thing. Someone standing on the ruins of the cage who says, "Come on, everyone, to Borrow Grove! We stand together or we fall apart!" As they start to head not in towards the city, but towards the other villages on the outskirts, seemingly to get some more hands.
fair enough.
Incredible. That'll have consequences for later. I love it.
That's why we're doing this at 2:30, just before the ball starts.
Yeah.
We go away from that site
Better
of
not storm that ball.
I hope they
desperation,
do.
I hope they do.
great need and hunger,
I'll get the information.
to a scene of excess. Attendants scuttle around, all of them holding food or great jugs of drink to pour out to people. The whole front of Dolorous Cart, this enormous, imposing dark stone castle, banners of the Beast King of their great rows atop a green field all over the place. You see fireworks, no doubt imported from across the Jarish Sea, firing off in the sky. Each explosion, would cost hundreds of gold to have shipped and sent here. Food of incredible delicacies shared about as you all arrive. You've got a guest list, so you know who else is here. Let's do perception checks from everyone. See what you pick up in how people arrive. You'll get some juicy bits of gossips and information. And then I'll quickly run down the mechanics.
Oh, there we go. 2 nat 1s and then a nat 20.
Excellent.
Yeah. Swings and roundabouts.
32.
32, excellent. Big, you'll
25.
get something.
It's also 30.
You'll get a medium-sized thing, large thing for Gisela.
28.
Medium-sized thing as well. Alright, so 2 large things you notice. Big B, we'll go with you first. You notice the Carrow family. Dame Alabaster Carrow, Sir Steigen Carrow, and their son Argent Carrow on this page here.
Yeah.
Arrive in the Beast King's coach. You see it flies, on one side of it is a rose flag, on the other side, their flag of... What the fuck are these people again? Carrow. Their thing of 4 interlocking diamonds, stylized. They arrive in. It's got a mix of heraldry, but it is his coach, which is strange. Give me a society check for what you think that might mean. We'll get something regardless. 26. That would indicate that there is a strong union between these two families. Unusually strong for this sort of thing. Especially for a family who, as far as you know, doesn't live in the Glade. Like, you've not met these people, you don't know exactly who they are. They're a very old, rich family from Carathon, so this kind of area, but not right here. But odd. Drizella. Drizella, you notice on the entry now, the Archduke Tyson arrives just after you, about 5 minutes past. He obviously has a very large procession, number of guards, quite a lot of attendants. He's not officially a king, but he is, he's pretty much the king of a nearby country of Grimsby, where you are from, Drizella. He's the most respected of the dukes. He's given the title of Archduke, sort of a high king elect, if you will. You notice as he gets out of the cart, as he is standing there and waving, he grips the side of the cart very, very tightly. He breathes just a little more heavily than you would think that he would. It's good public knowledge that he's old, but you see in this moment that he is quite sick. Not quite sure how sick, but definitely this is not a bone. You see he's concealing it very well. It's very, very only because of your hypersensitivity doctors. Darian, you see the arrival of High Chancellor Lady Pikes and her husband, High Chancellor Lord Pikes, on the state's leader pages here. You see, as they arrive, you see him trying to fix the large cravat that he wears. As you see, she just kind of slaps his hand quickly as they're getting out of the car and says, "Leave it, leave it, leave it." And you see he just seemingly reflecting, just puts his hands at his sides, gets out, and then starts to wave at and it strikes you that as an odd thing for people who should be on equal social standing to do, to act in that sort of way. Mordred, your thing you notice comes at the arrival of Queen Maid. Now, Queen Maid actually arrives about half an hour late, so just before the speech is getting going. You see that her cart does not seem to have wheels, but seems to simply drift along the ground on a small cloud. Nor is it drawn by horses, but simply pulled under its own gentle abilities. You see the cart, which looks like it would only seat 4 stops. The doors open, 8 guards get out, 5 attendants. You see they line up either side as you see getting out this jester. Big patchwork outfit, matted blonde hair, big bells, hats, polka dotted clown makeup, juggling 3 balls, one of which glows bright gold, the other 2 silver, juggling them high into the air as they announce, "Make hold still, everyone! Prepare yourselves for Her Majesty! Prepare yourselves! Prepare for the Silver Lady!" And you see, rather without her exiting, suddenly standing in front of the carriage door, Queen Maeve, who bears a striking resemblance to the Lady Morgana, your mother, as well as the Lady Tremaine.
Why do they all look the same?
As she glances with cold indifference through a set of pink eyes.
Mordred starts having a panic attack.
Actually, it doesn't. Because despite this, you cannot pull your eyes away from the jester that introduces her. Something about that silver ball that he throws just entrances you in a slow, rhythmic 1, 2, 3 of his juggling slows your heart, slows your breathing, and you feel yourself unnaturally calm for this strange, ethereal presence. And someone reminds you of your mother. Alright. So, the way this one will work tonight, you've got on the back 2 pages, the back page, a couple of special actions you can take. The ball is going to be in rounds like combat, but each round lasts 10 minutes. So things that are an action you can do for free. So you can recall knowledge, you can try to make a perception check, try to tell something about these characters, be that who do they trust, who do they know, that sort of thing. Or you can use one of those ball actions, that 10 minutes, to either meet a new person, try to get someone to like you, get some secrets out of them, or try to seed some rumours amongst them. The other thing you can do is you can just fuck off from the ball and go look around the castle. Now, a couple of people have said that this would be the best time to get those items you need. The guards are stretched too thin, there's people everywhere, the Beast King himself is distracted. You don't know where they are exactly, but now would be the time to get them. So potentially something to do if you don't want to do the diplomacy stuff, don't want to do the socializing, is just to sneak away from the party and look through the castle.
Which items do we need other than the ring investigation from here?
We need the Staff of Beguiling and the Looking Glass.
Do we think they're here?
Yeah, no, they're here.
They're here.
You've seen the ring.
Yeah, I've seen the ring. Yeah.
And you will have seen him at times with the staff going at that.
Okay, I thought only the ring was here. That's good.
No, it seems like
they're
all
all
three
here.
of them are here. You haven't seen the real Looking Glass, is the only thing. You do know from the map you have here that he doesn't want anyone going in any of those rooms marked with Roman rooms. So, I'll just leave that there.
Can I just switch out the old map?
Oh yeah, of course. You should have one at the back of your... You'll have a map
Oh,
at the
no, I
back
do
of
have
your
one.
handout as well. Oh, that's the plain map. Oh, that's just the map. I think. Have you all got the secret map or the plain map at the back?
Plain map at the back.
You should all have one of these.
I'd have one.
Yes.
Good. Does anyone else need one? Awesome. So the way the ball will work is there are events that are going to happen at certain times, but you'll have like 3, 4, 5 actions between that to talk with any of the many guests you like. So you all arrive, which brings us to the hero point question. What do you ask the herald to announce you as? As you are you all being announced together? Are you being announced one by one?
One by one.
With that sort of certainty,
Pick these up first, then.
Amy, what are you being announced as? What does the herald call?
The great erudite detective Joseph R. Bigsby.
Incredible. Have a hero.
Oh, very humble.
Very humble indeed. Anybody else?
I'll go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going as Drizella Tremaine, eldest daughter of the late Robert Tremaine, Mr. Robert Tremaine of Cindershire, Medicaster of the Northern League, healer to the Mythmakers Union, keeper of forgotten truths, a plague right, born of legacy, sharpened by hardship and wielded by purpose. At your service. Go down, Cinderella.
Do I have to say all of that?
Yes.
All right. And calls it out with great fanfare.
While she
Absolutely
looks for her sister of the step variety.
She arrives after you. She also is going to arrive fashionably late. Not
Good
quite as
for
late as
her.
Queen Maeve, but still late.
That's fine.
But she'll hear of your entrance.
No, that's fine. She'll wait for Cinderella.
And Mordred.
Oh, we haven't done Darian.
Oh, sorry, Darian. Yes, sorry.
And you want to do Mordred
Yeah.
first?
Mordred first.
Oh, I wanted to go last and say just Mordred.
Oh no, I was going to say that. And Mordred and Darian.
No, sorry. I'll add one then. Mordred, Blade of the Darkwoods.
That's a good one. You see a number of the Fae who seem to have just appeared in the crowd once it hit 3 o'clock. Look over at that and share various looks towards each other. And Darian?
Just Darian.
And Darian.
Yeah, I'm
Just
sure.
Darian.
I'm sure he'd be like, and Darian.
And Darian.
That's it.
Sam.
I love how we both had the same joke.
Well, I was like, he doesn't want to like bring attention to
Mordred's
himself.
like, I
especially
don't want anyone to know.
the
Oh
the
yeah,
best
no.
king
Cinderella knows
having
how to
turned
do.
him into a lamb.
Drizella knows how to do the big.
Yeah, like how
Formal
both of you are
entrance.
like, we don't want to be known with it.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Sit in
the
background.
great
And
erudite
yeah, it's
detective.
like we're both like, no, we want everyone to know. Like,
Bigby, as you arrive, you see a large, sweaty, bald man held aloft by 4 attendants who cries out, "Woo! Joseph Bigby!" Completely breaking protocol. Everyone looks really weirdly at him, and then really weirdly towards you, and then back to him, and are trying to work out what the relationship is.
Is that the fat man dressed as a rooster?
That is the fat man dressing room. That is Peter Hodgson.
Nice.
Drizella,
I love it.
Drizella, you see that the Tremaines arrive. Your mother, Cinderella Charmaine, greeted with much fanfare.
Charmaine.
You see the lady Tremaine introduced as the Queen Regent. Seems to be the role she's taken upon herself. You see Cinderella's introduced with less fanfare and less titles than you.
That's fine.
And then about 5 minutes later comes back to the herald and is arguing with him over something. Quite unclear what.
What is she wearing?
You see she is not wearing your dress. That doesn't seem to be. You see she is wearing a less nice but similar design kind of gold dress.
Yeah.
It doesn't look as good a quality. It looks like she's had to get an inferior made dress because of what you did.
Make herself.
One of the backup dresses. Is supposed to be
Yeah, I imagine she brought like 10 of them, just in case.
That's probably it in terms of. The only other notable arrival. Sorry, there's two other notable arrivals. The first is a large, what looks to be almost semi-spherical sack attached to the top of a basket with fire in it. As you see a hot air balloon slowly drift in and land. As you see 3 figures upon it, an attendant, a woman with big steampunk goggles, very well-dressed man, who is introduced as the Count of Monte Cristo. And their guest, Philomena Fogg, who anyone who has proficiency in crafting will have read Fogg's Ultimate Guide to Gears, and a seminal text for anyone who wants to make anything.
Nice.
All the literary references are just crammed together here.
Absolutely. So with everyone here, there's also a number of attendants with them. That's noted
The
for a
Count
lot
of
of
Monte
people.
Cristo rocks up on that.
It's just like that story I like.
That's the guy my favourite book's based on. Oh my god.
Modric cast a calm spell, confused what's going on.
Love that. What's not on that is that
Probably the
almost
only person I
everyone
would ever
here, or
fangirl
at least
on.
anyone
Yeah.
important, also has a Kruthic Coven hag. They all travel with a witch. You see, they're in full form of so like a big black, black dress, proper pointed witch hats with a veil around the corner. So they all look almost identical, seemingly by design. You see them; they often whispering things to the person they're with, that sort of thing.
Who's this, sorry?
Just about everyone has a witch with them. One of the Kruthic Coven. So anyone who's like a state leader or a particularly wealthy family, they all have a.
You should ask your witch friend, your toothy witch friend, why she isn't here supporting you.
As far as everyone knows, I'm dead. Would be the reply. The one other thing you see for entrance, and then we'll get to you can do some mini people. You see, along with Chancellor Moore, you see another very well-dressed person, also introduced as a Chancellor from Seraph, or wherever he's from. You see he exits the coach in nothing but his underwear. Chest forward, goatee, as you see he struts forward and moves about as if showing off a cape.
Emperor's new clothes.
Does anyone say anything?
Who's this?
You don't really know him. He's introduced as Chancellor Caporum. He arrives with Chancellor Moore, who's at the bottom left of the second page. One of the Chancellors of Carathungal. So there's a council of 5 people run Carathungal, which is the country that Salazar runs in. So for a moment or two of no one saying
No,
anything.
can I take off my cloak and walk up to the man and then say, a fine cloak for this cool evening, my lord.
You see, he says, "Away from me, boy! I wish to show off the splendour of my fabric. Though I doubt a simpleton as yourself could see it."
Oh, it's magic.
You see a small child yells out, "That man's not wearing any clothes!" And everyone bursts into laughter, and he gets back in the carriage, and the carriage drives off.
Aww.
Love the Emperor's New Clothes. It was one of my favourites. Alright, so drinks at the lawn goes from 3 up to 3:30. So you've got about 6 actions worth of stuff. So 6 lots of 10 minutes actions to talk to anyone you like, to snoop around, to sow some rumours. A lot of the ball will be self-driven. But yeah, 6 actions. Have a think about what sort of stuff you might want to do. Ooh, pardon me.
6 actions, what for the night?
No, for until the welcoming speech.
Okay.
So everyone is out and about. You see that there are people being served drinks. You see attendants come up and say, "What order can I get you? What would you like to drink?"
Whiskey or something.
A whiskey for Big B.
Milk. Just milk.
Just milk?
Just milk.
Wake up the cow! The freshest milk you've ever had, my liege.
I'm so hungry. Mordred's like, leave the milk, it's
Why
fine.
must you always make
Put
life
the cow to
difficult for
sleep!
everyone?
Don't put the cow to sleep!
Wake the cow!
Yeah, the sleep.
Would you like it whipped, my lord?
No!
Whipped.
The milk, sir. The milk.
Not the cow, the milk.
Yes, sir.
You're not whipping the cow?
No, sir. I'm whipping the milk.
How do you whip the milk?
Well, we whip the cow's udders and the milk becomes whipped.
I'm okay.
Very well then.
No.
You see they head off. Drinks for Drizella?
I'm just waiting for them to say, "Oh shit, it's a bull."
Well, I've got a glass of milk here, so.
Be very glass of wine.
You see shortly afterwards Cinderella wandering out with 2 glasses of wine. And for Darian?
Yeah, I'll just have a glass of wine. Nothing special. I'm not
Is Cinderella
throwing attention to
hanging
myself
out
tonight.
with Prince Charming?
Cinderella is hanging out with Prince Charming. You can go talk to one or both of them.
Do you need some backup?
No. Where's the Lady Tremaine?
You see the late train
You're
doesn't
wasting
appear
your
alongside
time.
them.
Yeah.
Late train seems to be speaking
Yeah.
with the beast.
Okay. I I'm going to go up to my mother and bow to the Beast King.
Yeah.
A sort of
So he gives a polite nod.
and then go. Still chasing dreams of nobility, mother, or have you finally caught someone else's?
So she says, I have no need to chase anything. Those days are rather behind me. You look nice.
Oh, it is this beautiful gown gifted to me by Cinderella. Oh, so kind.
She always is.
Indeed. And I say to the Beast King, Your Highness, I must commend your leadership. This is an impressive event indeed. It is no mean feat to get so many in one place at one time.
So he says, thank you, that is most kind of you. It is important to me that we connect with like-minded people. Difficult times are ahead for us all, as I'm sure you know.
Indeed. I hope you enjoy your evening. And
So it's one action to talk to anyone at all. So
Yep.
while
So
we're
that's
doing
one.
that,
Yep.
would you like to do any of those formal actions of sow some rumours, find some information, try to make one of them like you more?
oh gosh, no, not for either of them. No, literally just going to smile at my mother,
No?
and then I will probably wander off towards the Fae.
Yeah.
After that,
Awesome.
but yeah,
First action
not
from-
on that action. Just
Yeah. First action from Drizella done.
yeah,
Just fucking with her mother.
yes.
And the Beast King. Awesome. Love it. Who are
Diplomacy,
people
Drizella style.
you can also explore the palace. You can also look about, or do anything else in about that takes about 10 minutes if you've got other kind of plans or things you want to do. But everyone is moving around. People seem to be meeting each other, talking.
I guess
to
the
them.
only thing I would do while I'm over there with the Beast King is he wearing the ring?
I
I'm
want you to do a
assuming that
perception check
that's
for that.
been
You
described,
see that
and
it has been described. He is not wearing it.
so he's not wearing the ring. And
Darian, from the night you were there, you don't actually think it would fit on his fingers. He has got enormous, monstrous, meaty
Yeah.
claws. You think maybe he could stick one over a claw, but it wouldn't actually. He couldn't wear it comfortably.
okay, and is he carrying the staff?
Doesn't look like he could. He's got a
Okay.
big flowing cape on.
Okay,
Almost like armor-like underclothes.
Yep.
Doesn't look like
so he's not carrying it in a sort of ceremonial way or anything
No,
like
he
that.
seems to have a
Like-
sword on his side. But
Yep.
It's more of a
Okay.
like a short sword kind of
Alright.
than a staff.
Okay, that's great.
Lovely. Who Do people want to go meet, talk to, that sort of thing?
Throughout, like, the whole time I'm in this room, the first thing I want to do is just recall knowledge on a few people to see if I know about them or anything of them.
Yeah, for sure. You would know. You'll know bits and pieces about everybody here. Let me know what you want me to tell you.
So So the first person I'm interested in is Lady Rosella Inui. Because she doesn't have a mask on. And I've seen that's very odd.
Yes. You see, she is lounged out on what looks to be a statue, not a seat, with a glass of wine in her hand rather precariously, telling a story to several people around her, politely chuckling.
Do I know much about this lady?
She would have been introduced as the Lady of Gossip, and that she was from Terrathunga, which is again the country that Salazar Grant is in. Anything more specific? You can do a recall knowledge check.
Yeah, I'll do a recall knowledge.
What particular?
Just like she's known as the Gossip or whatever.
The Lady of Gossip.
Lady of Gossip, but do I know? Like, actually, no. I won't do a specific recall knowledge, but what I will do is look at there's sort of 4 people I care about, and I just want to know who they're meeting throughout the night.
For sure.
So her, the Hogson brother, the Irinians.
Lovely.
That's like the main.
I will
core of
keep
it.
you abreast of their dealings.
I just want to know like what relationships are. I might add to that list as I hear some things. The other thing I want to know is who on this list do I feel has the most ties to like the undersea, like dodgy dealings, not like magic or fae or anything, but like backdoor dealing,
like criminal dealings.
Criminal dealing, yeah.
Ooh, give us a society check. That one's difficult.
I'm going to go asking and snooping, but I want to start at a good point.
Yeah.
As my
You can also use one of those 10 actions to just generally gather information by talking to different people about.
And that's what I would do as well.
You can do that for your first one. Just kind of suss out what the vibe is.
So what was this? Sorry, it was a
society
check. That's a 19.
19. 2 names keep coming up as you kind of politely ask this to some of the guests there, some of the attendants. The names that keep coming up to you are Jack Cures and Peter Hogson.
I thought so. Cool. I'll add Jack Cures to my list.
Lovely.
People watch it.
He frequently disappears. You notice he is on the go. He doesn't stay in one place very long. He talks to someone, he goes. Talks to someone, he disappears. That's probably 2 from you. Bigby, Mordred, who are we interested in getting to this time?
I want to go to Chancellor Moore.
Lovely. We also don't need to roleplay each of these, so if you want to, we can. Otherwise, it can just be I want to go to Chancellor Moore and I want to meet him as your first one, and then you can, make a request of him, ask questions, that sort of thing. Awesome. So give us a diplomacy check or something similar to make your first impression of Chancellor.
Okay, that'll be a 19 on diplomacy.
Beautiful. You see, you come up to. You see, he's talking to the Lady Luriel. They seem to be discussing some state matters. As you see, he kind of chuckles at the end and says, "I suppose we'll see at the next round of voting." As you see, he then turns to you. He's very polite, is what you notice. He's very easy, that sort of thing. Doesn't strike you as like a sort of uptight rich person like you expect. A lot of other people think of it. 19 is enough to make a good impression. So he moves from indifferent to friendly with you. So you can ask him if a small favour, you can ask him some information, that sort of thing. You gather he's fairly important in Carathungal, but he's also the least important of the council. You see, he makes a joke of, they sent me this way, no one else wanted to come, of course, and one of us had to be here.
Oh yeah, fair enough. At the end of the stick, at least you get some free food and free drinks out of the deal.
A perk of the profession.
Indeed. I would basically like to probably seek rumours.
Yeah, absolutely. Give us a whatever it says on the seek rumours test. Diplomacy, society, intimidation. You can't intimidate him. He's higher status than you are currently. But diplomacy, society, perception, or stealth.
I'm going society, and that's 1 for 15.
That 1 for 15. Who do you ask him about? With that one, I will not tell you anything at all about who he seems to know.
I will ask him
see his mask also is just of like a person's face made out of glass. It's very odd.
Oh, okay. I'll ask him about High Chancellor Rosero, the High Council of Seraph.
Yeah, High Chancellor Rosero. You see, you ask me, you see, he says, you see, as you bring her up in a conversation, so, she makes the most terrible casseroles I've ever had. Long before she was Chancellor, of course. So, we do share one or two things in common, of course. Both come from, lesser stock than some of the people around here, if you will.
Oh, okay.
I rather think I got lucky and she got, she married into it. But, yes, terrible cook. Fortunately, 15 is not enough to get any meaningful gossip mechanically.
Fair.
Absolutely. Anything else you want to, ask him about, anything like that in that 10 minutes? We'll move fairly quickly through it otherwise.
Yeah,
Awesome. Plenty of long night. You can also keep talking to him as well. You can just try that again for more actions.
Yeah.
The trick here is not passing successes, it's who do you want to talk to for how long, how much effort do you want.
I probably don't want to talk to him for that long anyway. There's a few different people I want to meet.
So that's those two actions.
Nice one to get friendly, easy.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the impression works. So he is friendly to you, all that will still last.
Yeah.
Try and remember who's friendly with you, because I will forget otherwise. I was meant to do a big Excel document for this, but I forgot. Or rather didn't have time.
Yeah.
Mordred, who are you interested in?
I would like to speak to Hushing Smoke, the Bane of Blackwater.
Yeah.
Mordred's going to beeline for the Fae.
You see the Fae? The Fae kind of keep congregating together and then seem to all decide to wander off at the same time.
Mordred will try and go up to them when they're all together, but they'll disperse again and they'll only get speak to the Hushing Smoke.
You see her head turns rather without her body moving. You see she looks much like a shrub, covered in growths and leaves all over her. It's unclear if it is a dress or just part of her. And there are these glowing lights from underneath the growths. Piercing, glowing eyes.
Hi there, I'm Mordred.
Hello, Mordred.
So you're also a Fae.
And you see she kind of reaches out a hand, sort of going for a handshake, but just keeps turning in place, round and around and around, and then comes back and says, I did not expect to see one in you.
I've never really met many other Fae. I wanted to speak to all of you.
You see she says, stay away from Grandmother Alpine. She is the least kind of us.
Why isn't she kind?
She kind of turns her head and says, I've never thought to ask her. Perhaps that is just the question that may win her over.
Well, I'll try and win her over.
Would you like to make an impression, do anything mechanical while you're there?
She's from Avalon, correct?
She seems to be with Avalon attendants.
Okay.
So they have the crest of Avalon on their
Right.
outfits. It's unclear where she's from. You can assume.
I'll make an impression then.
Yeah, go for it.
That's 24.
24. Success.
Yay.
Um,
I'll give an awkward little bow.
You see, she does so. You see her limbs move about her central body without bending, and she returns. It seems very unfixed.
The feathers on the back of Mordred's neck go up.
Did you want to take a second action at all?
I'd like to go. Could I go and speak to Grandmother Alpine?
Yeah, if you want to dart around between the fight, absolutely. Yeah. For sure. You see Grandmother Alpine, hand clutching on the shoulder of Garen Orenian, and whispering to him intently.
Hi there.
Hello, and you see just drops hand off, pushes moves around him. Very odd bobbing movements. Hands clutched back at the waist as they look at you and say, "Greetings."
Hi, I'm Mordred.
Hello, Mordred.
What? You're Grandmother Alpine? Yes.
I am.
Why do they call you that?
So Cleanse looks on him and says, "It is a name less accurate for everyone else."
I'll kind of lean into her, and I'll say, some of the other Fae say that you're less kind. Why did they say that?
I do not have patience for those who are not interesting or family.
Oh, and who's your family?
You see, he kind of squints a little and says, "Did you not know?"
No, I'm new here.
My child, mother trained under me for many years. You see hand over your shoulders. Means you see great owl wings under her arms. Something like an owl and a moth.
You know my mother?
Indeed.
And you know me?
Yes. She spoke of you often.
I doubt that.
She had great plans for you.
I don't doubt that.
Yes. Had, however, you see the hand coming off. I think now you are uninteresting, but still family.
Well, nice to meet another member of the family.
Yes. Can you make an impression for
Yeah, I would love to. I want to make a really high impression with this person. I'd like to use my hero point. Because I really want to make this. Exact same roll. 25.
Fail.
Yeah.
So they have a very high, stubborn voice. That brings us back to Drizella.
Drizella's looking at the Fae scattering with a 28 on a failure check.
Yeah.
If I wanted to go and speak to the Fae about potentially what might have happened, about who might be somebody that could do what was done, which of these Fae leaders would be least inappropriate to approach?
At first, you look over to the Ashgiver-elect,
Yep.
a diplomat from the
Mm-hmm.
You see him talking with many people. But then it occurs to you, he's not actually talking to the most.
Mm-hmm.
Though it's disguised through clever jabs and frequent moving about to get food or that sort of thing. King Louis is in fact the most connected person.
Okay. Then I will head over to King Louis.
Mordred waves as you walk past.
And she waves at Mordred.
You see, he seems to be the only Fae dressed in like a proper full clothes. He has pants, he has a shirt, he has a jacket. A few others have like coats or scarves or that sort of thing. But he does seem fully dressed, complete with a rose flower on his lapel. So he kind of, turns around, grabbing another drink of the tray, swinging everyone, dropping another tray. He says, "Now, who are you?"
I believe I am a work of art out of flesh, created, can only have been such a masterpiece of horror by one of the Fae. My name is Drizella.
To hold his head as he goes.
And I hold out my hand, which is bending.
And you see, without falling, his other foot off the ground, grabs it. Feet back on the ground. You see he turns and in. Do you speak Fae?
Probably not. I think I speak Necrol.
Yeah.
Something really useful.
Yeah, he doesn't speak that. He speaks Fae.
No, I don't speak Fae.
He speaks to the witch he travels with, who seems to cast a spell and then replies. And he says, "That is a powerful charm indeed."
Indeed, and she casts a light out, a hand out towards Cinderella, and goes, "My stepsister still basks in the borrowed light of the Fae. I'm wondering who amongst you would be." Have the imagination to create such a masterpiece in flesh. Unfortunately, I never got to meet them.
You see, he says, I don't know nothing about that, but I do know anybody who knows anything about anything. I know what they do.
There is always someone who knows everything about everything.
See, he says, I know nearly everything, but not everything. But everyone who knows everything is at the same place eventually. You with me?
You are wise.
You see what he says.
That would be why you are king.
You see, he makes a vague gesture and kind of shrugs off the topic, jumping on to the next thing. In the dark woods of Everdrift, there's a terrible swamp, but in the middle of it there's a tree. And inside the tree is a palace. That's where everyone knows everything is. And I don't know who did this, but someone who knows everything will know the someone who did what he did.
And everyone who knows everyone is within the palace in the tree.
Exactly.
Of course. May I get you a drink?
You see, he says, maybe.
I love this person.
Yes, like, what's
I
the
hand
time?
him a
Yes.
See, as you turn to get a drink, you see go back to his drink.
I like it. I like King Louis. And he's bought a donkey to a party.
He has, yeah.
That's like
so
having
the
a
witch-
pet llama at a
Just a donkey,
party.
hanging- donkey seems to be drinking out of the fountain currently.
Nice.
You see, as you turn back, the witch is still there. You just hear them just go, and then wander off.
It will be a long evening.
It's always, and you hit message down your head. It always is. Darian, what are you up to? Anything particularly you want to talk to? Anything you want to do?
Yeah.
Action number 3.
I want to go to. There's 2 people I want to see. I want to see that Jack dude.
Yep.
Very quickly.
Mhm. You wanna
But
make contact?
I also want to talk to the gossip lady.
Bit louder for me?
Talk to the gossip.
Yeah, for sure. Who do you want to see first?
Let's go to the gossip lady.
Wonderful. You go over to Lady Rosella on Wii. You see she is in the middle of the story. You see she is currently complete. Anyway, and they cut into the pies. I said they're pies, didn't they? Yes, good. They cut into the pies. And what should there be? 20 blackbirds singing! And he says kind of a polite, slightly confused laugh. And you see, anyway, that was the last time I saw old King Cole alive. That mask is simply delightful. Where did you get it?
Well, I got it from Fant.
Oh, dreadful man.
Dreadful Man, really?
Indeed.
What? I only used to services. Why is he so dreadful?
Absolutely boring conversations.
Yes.
Did you know, he fit me for a dress once, and the entire time he hardly said a word. Did with his mouth with pins and such. I don't understand how anyone could do that.
Yeah, neither do I. Did you happen to see the cage was covered in the middle of the square as you walked through today?
You see, she says, "Oh, I never have time."
I see what you're doing.
Well, there's one more thing that I was curious of. Maybe you've noticed too. The lady Tremaine looks awfully like some other people around.
See, she looks over, and you see she looks at Lady Tremaine, and kind of looks about the crowd, and says, "Who would you say?"
Are you familiar with oh god,
Queen Maeve.
but there's Queen Maeve, Morgana Le Fay, and there was Morgause.
Who do you say?
All 3 of them. Oh, yeah.
You see, she says, I think I ate Morgause once with an apple sauce, but it might have been mongoose.
Mordred shivers like half a room away.
You see, she says, you see, she just does not comment on Morgana Le Fay. You see, she says, I must disagree with that. However, look, and you see, she points very politely, kind of subtly. Queen Maeve has an absolutely stunning headpiece there. Very tall, very high. Lady Tremaine, more of a bonnet, really. They look rather nothing alike at all. Look at the cheekbones. And you see, they do have rather different cheekbones. You see, I suppose there is something of the eyes, but everyone has all sorts of eye colour these days. There's a gentleman down in Ember Hall, if you catch my meaning. Phenomenal sculptor. Does wonders with flesh. And you see, says, "Don't tell her, I've been there 2 or 3 times."
Oh, plastic surgery.
Yeah.
I thought that
What
was
did you think?
an actual sculpture. I was like, wow, they sculpt out of flesh.
Sculpt out of flesh.
No, plastic. Fantasy
That's something
plastic-
Drusilla would have
So
a
she's
go
a
at
gossip
for
lady.
like arty weekend. Let's do some
sort of gossip that watches reality TV shows and
corpse
nothing else.
sculpting.
Give me a perception check.
That's 18.
Cool, that's fine. And diplomacy to make an impression.
28.
28. You see, she says, you're rather strange, but I like you. Have you noticed, though, you see, kind of leans in and says, the two barons, speaking of Queen Maeve that she's come with, strange people, aren't they? I've spoken and had dealings with dwarves before, but they seem odd, even by dwarvish standards.
In what way? I haven't been paying attention.
I can't give you all the answers, can I? Yes, he gives you a big smile and puts a handkerchief in your hand and taps it close and says, best of luck to you.
And you...
Anyway, as I was saying, 21 blackbirds flying about the kitchen, when who should enter but 3 fiddlers? It's a help situation, of course. And seems to continue with her story.
I love her.
Do I have a handkerchief?
You have a handkerchief. You see it's initialed with R-E.
Alright, I will pocket it. I won't look at it now if it has a message from her.
He does. Big.
I would like to attempt to talk to Sir Stitching Carrow.
Yeah, Steigen Carrow.
Steigen Carrow.
Big scar over his eye, black beard, dark hair, great coat of what looks to be like bear fur, kind of grey, silvery undercoat. You see he is seems to be giving a talk to Argent Carrow, his son. His son looks very little like him, very, delicate features, blonde hair, kind of a sort of attitude.
Yeah.
As you see, he says, look, we've been over this, boy. We're doing it, and that's final. You embarrass me one more time, and you'll have it. Good. And you see the son goes, and then wanders off. So he turns around and says, my apologies for you having to witness that.
Oh, no problems. My name is Joseph Bigby.
Steigen Carrot clasps your hand very, very, or it pulls you forward. As you see, he says, now don't tell me I have a great gift for this. You are an adventurer, I know that.
Mm-hmm.
I would say you're either a very poor thief or a very skilled builder.
The second one.
Ah, wonderful, wonderful.
Very, very keen eye.
He says, thank you, they were better before, he gestures to the scar on his face. But such things happen.
I simply felt I had to meet the man that him and his family were even ushered in by the king's own carriage. How did you manage to square that?
You see his kind of scowling, kind of soften a little bit for a second in surprise. You see he goes, sharp eyes indeed, my friend, sharp eyes indeed. That is it's a little surprise for later. We have not yet announced it to the general public, but let's just say that the Arenians and the Carrows will be closer knit from now on. And there may be wedding bells in our future.
The Arenians?
Yes, of course. And you see he points to the Beast King.
The Beast King
He's married to one of them.
Oh, true. That's right. Yes. Good to know.
Might I ask, of whose employ are you currently under, if any?
I am contracted by a strange dwarf man. That's a very long-term contract, but I do take other jobs if there's something that you're interested in.
So he says, Carrows could have use for a man like you.
Yes.
So he says, we have a number of operations on the Jarish coast. The Jarish coast, different continent over the ocean, far, far away.
Mm-hmm.
You see, he says, but recently there's been rumours of all sorts of trouble on the docks. So he says, if you should ever find yourself over in what's the name of where I live again? If you should ever find yourself over in Cloverport, you could have great work for a man like you.
Very good to know. Thank you.
And you see he kind of puts a hand on your shoulder and kind of, as offering you a drink, leans in and says, you're afraid to crack some skulls, are you?
Not at all, if they're well deserved.
Fantastic. And you see, he hands you the drink, and you see, he says, excellent. Might I introduce you to my lady wife?
Yes, please do.
And you see, that will be a second action.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. You see, he leaves you. You see, he says, darling, and you see a woman in a dress of what looks at first to be silver, but is actually like silken white, covered in diamonds. showing a huge like mink fur all around, great
Like
diamonds,
actual diamonds?
like actual diamonds all over the dress.
Wow.
White hair completely, dark eyeliner, not a flaw in her face. Old, wrinkled, but immaculate presentation. Seems as if a fly goes near her and just has to fly away. Shining too brightly to look at. As you see, she turns around and says, "What have you found now?" And you see, wanders over you and offers you her hand.
Yes, I take it.
This is society check.
To see how good it is.
Well, part of make an impression.
22.
22. Not enough to like go up a level of thing. Not a fail. Not insult her. You see, she wears the largest diamond you've ever seen on her little finger. Truly, like the size of it, almost tangible. So she says, as you see, Steigen offers a solution to our difficulties with our imports. And you see, she says, "Oh, a client, delightful." And you see, she says, she just looks you over in silence for a couple of seconds, 10 seconds, 15. After about 30 seconds of just staring over you, does Bigby interrupt at all? You see, she says, "Yes, I think you'll do fine."
Thank you. Appreciate the vote of confidence.
And you see, he says, "Look, come, we'll be staying here for a few days after the party. Come find us, and I'll give you a little down payment as a show of how serious we are."
Oh, thank you.
It's very good. Kind of claps you on the back, and the head sets you off amongst the party.
Yeah.
As you see, they look at each other but don't speak. Mordred.
Mordred's kind of already struggling with this conversation. And he's going to go sit down by a fountain or something and kind of just observe from afar, if that's possible.
Yeah,
to,
absolutely.
kind of listen in to people as they walk past.
Yeah, absolutely. You
and
give me
sit
a
away from
perception
everyone.
check. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Tension between
sure.
people.
We'll do this as gossip points.
Yeah. Mordred's like, no, I don't want to talk to anyone. 28.
28. That is good for 4 gossip points. Would you like to listen in to the people Bigby was just with? Chancellor Moore, or one of the Dwarven Barons?
One of the Dwarven Barons, please.
Do you speak Dwarf?
No, but I can cast Translate.
Yep, you're in 10 minutes, you start to listen and you get curious, you cast it. You hear them talking together. You see Benjor is shorter, gruff, square of a man, mask of a bear, 2 soldiers with him. You see Alina is thinner, but still a stocky dwarven woman, much more kind of elegant in posture. As you see, he says, "This is a ridiculous waste of our time. They sit here drinking and celebrating. We should be preparing for what comes next. We have months at most. Months at most." And you see, she replies, "If tonight goes well for Our Lady, we need not worry about that. We simply have to hope there is no one of greater wealth." That's the big pickup. It's worth 4 gossip points. You can use that to target either Queen Maeve, the Barons, probably just those.
Okay.
Or if you're talking about them to someone else, you can cash in there as well, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So is that one action to do that?
Yeah, that's what you get out of like 10 minutes of listening.
Yeah.
They also talk about, gee, these canapes are shit, aren't they? This wine is nothing but their finely crafted dwarvish wine.
That's okay.
And so on and so forth. At the end of that, so it's been about 40 minutes or so of drinks and talking and meeting with people. You hear this horrible crashing sound of someone dropping something large in metal. And you hear someone you've already met, the Lord Patron, that half bird, half person,
representative,
just screaming at a serving person. "You idiot! How could you be so careless? This was crafted by the finest spider weavers in the Rotten Woods, and you spill wine on it? Get out of my sight!" As you see, he is not pushing, but like waving his feathers and hands. As you see, she takes a few steps back, catches her foot on a rock on the lawn, and falls backwards. This is the cupbearer has spilled wine on his jacket. As you see, he cacklingly laughs as she does so, and he turns around. You see a number of people join him.
Can we go to aid?
Yeah, it'll be an action, but yeah, absolutely. Anyone wants to get over.
Yeah, I'd like to go over there and aid the serving person.
You're joined by Archduke Tyson II. You see, he kind of walks over slowly. You see, he beats you there just by being closer.
Okay.
You see, he's helping out the attendant. But seems to be struggling.
I come over. Do they seem rattled?
Yes.
I'll say to them. You couldn't help that. We all make accidents.
See, he says, "Wise words, my dear." So she says, "I didn't mean to. He simply startled me. I thought of a mask." He says, "There, I'm sure your master will not mind if you take the nights of rest." You see, he smiles and kind of sends on her way.
That was very kind of you, my lord.
And you, I do not believe we've met.
I'm Mordred.
You see, he says, "Tyson," and shakes your hand rather than offer it to kiss.
Oh, that's nice.
What do you make of all this?
If I'm honest, it's all a bit much. It's my first time ever at one of these balls, and I can't say I was ready for it.
It is far from my first time. I was at my first when I was not 8 years old, and I must say I'm still not ready for them. Might I ask what prompted you to come to such an event?
We serve the local wise woman, Valasa. We're here as her representatives.
He says, I've not had the pleasure.
We're also... I kind of lean in a little bit. Trying to gauge the situation here. Pick up on a little bit of gossip.
He says, I'm quite a fan of gossip myself. Tell me, who's the target?
I'll tell him about the things I heard from the barons. I've heard some strange talk from the dwarven barons, Queen Maid's barons.
And you see, he says, nothing I would worry about.
No?
No, not at all.
They spoke of something coming soon.
People posture about the Sunderlands and the return of a Dark King, but rumours and
The
stories.
Haunt King?
You see, he says, some call him that, yes.
Can I do a vibe check on this person?
Oh, yeah.
Vibe check.
Vibe check.
Perception.
Yeah. 14.
14?
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the Horn King to be Prince Charming.
14 is pretty hard to get. He seems kind of like he's come up, he's helped this person. He doesn't seem to be... He's not looking for your reaction when he says that. He seems kind of scanning the crowd. You don't get much, to be honest. He seems fine.
I'll say to him, considering the evil in the heart of our gracious host, I find myself worrying about the return of the Dark King.
So he says, I have it on something of a reader in my spare time. All accounts I have read say he died long ago. I would not worry. The suspicion of the common folk. Idle hands, chit-chat, and such forth. Well, I'd rather them idle than sore, of course.
Well, a pleasure to meet you.
Make an impression check if you like.
So many ones. 14. Oh, sorry. No, that's a 19.
19, cool. No critical failure, not a success. Indifference.
Indifferent. Yeah.
You got 19 with a 1?
Oh, with a 5.
Oh.
Yeah.
So,
No, I've had like 3 5s in a row.
okay.
Last round of actions before the welcome speech. Who would people like to talk to, if anyone?
Archduke Tyson, who
Archduke
limped
Tyson?
in.
Yeah, and that was the one Mordred just spoke to, who helped the Seven Guild. Do you want to go up as that's happening or after the fact, or not really matter?
I'd probably go up towards the end of that encounter wise that he's talking with
for sure.
Mordred. And I would message into his head Forgive the intrusion, Archduke. I saw you stumble slightly and lean heavy as you entered. Are you in pain? Is there anything I can do to assist?
Ooh. Can you give me a diplomacy check?
Good luck.
Can I aid since I'm there?
No, it's a message stuff.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Diplomacy, her major skill. Oh, that's a 1 for a 2.
Gorgeous.
And I am not using my hero points on diplomacy. Drizella knows diplomacy is not her jam.
You get the response. No, the last spell still holds. Thank you, though. You see, at that point, as he's walking off, he walks past you and says, "Well, poor taste, that mask, don't you think?"
It is part of the uniform of the Metacasters.
Oh, you have earned it.
I have earned it.
My pardon, sir. I thought you were appropriating it of someone who had. You do great work.
Should you require our services, you will be able to clearly identify me within the crowd.
You see, not and he sees this thing, right? I fear we may not get through tonight yet without an injury. Hopefully nothing too severe.
It would be such a shame if there were an injury tonight.
So he wanders off.
That's fine.
Darian, last action.
I'm waiting for the welcome speech.
Jack. You see him standing, sipping a wine, standing at a fountain, staring like right way across the yard.
I'm gonna go up to him and be like, Jack, fancy seeing you here.
You see he says, "What? You expecting someone else?"
No, I just hear you're a hard man to pin down.
I try to be.
Are you heading to the auction later tonight?
You see he says, "No, that sort of thing isn't quite my speed. You've just earned a 6-point rumor about something, but you don't know what it is yet."
What?
And so you see he kind of looks at you and he says, "Who's conned you into going? I suspect it'll be a bloodbath."
Yeah, I think it will. But there's an item I'm after, so I might go along and see what happens.
You see, he says, "Well, I think it's a said and done deal if she's arrived." And you see nods towards Queen Maeve. "I doubt any has more silver than the Silver Lady herself."
Yes. But if it does turn to a bloodbath, there might be opportunities to be had.
You see, he turns out a smile and says, "I quite like your style. Who the hell are you, by the way?"
Darian Sand, and I flourish at her.
And you see, he says, Sand. I don't know, You see, he takes his coat and does a much larger flourish. And he says, "Jack Cures, though you seem to know me."
Yeah, the fact you don't know me means I'm good at my trade.
You see, genuine smile. You see, he says, "I have not met someone as interesting in you in some time."
Well, have a good night. We'll see you around.
No. The conversation has been begun, my friend. Would you like to duel?
Jewel.
I'm not much of a jeweler, no.
Understandable. A few hours time. Tell me, are you a gambling man?
I could gamble.
Fantastic. I have
Heads
a
or tails?
sneaking suspicion. Oh.
As I pull out a silver coin.
You see, he
Your
says,
lucky coin.
"How
That
provincial."
is my lucky coin.
Tails.
Tails. I flip it, it's heads. It always lands on the side I want. So.
You see, he says, "I suppose I should have asked this earlier. What did I bet?"
Information. You said it's going to be a bloodbath. In what way were you referring?
Oh, and I assume there'll be slit throats, stabbed backs, beating hearts held aloft in victorious fists, that sort of thing.
Quite literal, yeah.
You see, he says, They are not the sort of people I'd want to deny getting their way.
Do you know who else is attending?
You see, he says, I don't know any other reason they'd come to this thing. You see, he,
I'm so
Aaron, what do you
confused.
add to your will defense?
11.
You see, he looks at me and he says, "You've got no idea what's happening here, do you?" You can bluff if you like.
Can I do like a sense motive check to
Yeah.
see? I want to see how friendly this guy is towards me right now. What sort of check is that?
Perception. Any sort of like guessing what people want. Or anything. That's what's
Oh,
perception.
it's gross. 15.
God, we're rolling well tonight.
No, we're not.
He wears on his face just a permanent smirk. The only thing that moves is like one eyebrow that raises occasionally when he asks the question. Unreadable. With a 15, no idea. You may as well try to read how a tree feels about you.
To be honest, I'm gonna just like, be honest because these guys are generally highly low and I don't want to like fuck
So,
with people.
I'll tell you flatly, there are people here who are well above your level, there's people who are quite below. So it's
Okay.
easy. You can try to guess his level.
Yeah, actually, I'll do that first.
Cool. Give us give us another perception check. unless
Or
you've got
like a
something.
political class check. No, with that.
That won't tell you his level, that will just tell you his
Okay, another perception. Oh, that's a 17.
17. He's at least level 3.
Okay.
But 17 doesn't tell you a lot, so hard to say.
I'm just gonna tell him outright. I'm just gonna be like, I know about the auction, but not
I'm in
what's
the
going down.
canapes.
You see, he nods and he says, "Stunning play. Absolutely phenomenal. Might I suggest," and you see, he leans in very close as he whispers, "if I were to want to know what's happening at an auction, I would follow the money. But then again,
Oh well, we must get to this welcome speech.
he says, indeed. Oh, have you heard the news?
What news?
Ah, fantastic. You'll be delighted. He says, I hear it's going to be very upsetting for everyone.
Probably not for me.
And you see, he grabs his cape and takes it down and he says, a pleasure to meet you.
And you too.
Give me a diplomacy to make an impression. You've at least succeeded ultimately. He likes you.
Oh yes, that's good. That's 32.
Whoa.
That'll be a crit success.
Woo!
You have Jack Cures as an ally. So you can call on him for a major favour, which is like steal some shit for me, go attack someone, not life and death stuff, but like big key stuff, or ask big questions of him, and he'll probably tell you the truth.
That's good.
Well done.
Nicely
The
done.
reason I asked about the auction is because there's literally an auction room on the map,
Oh,
and I'm like, and it's a hidden auction room.
Nice.
And I'm like, there has to be an auction. There's all these like rich people.
and this is
Pass
probably
that
the
down
map
to
that
David.
some of those
That's-
key people.
I was so confused there. I was like,
Yeah, I
How do
thought
you know
maybe
this?
when I went to the top.
And I watch way too many like
David, absolutely spectacular.
I'm
I'm not saying anything, but
what do you call it? The I recently watched Hunter x Hunter, which has like this big mafia run auction. In it. So I was like, that's recent in my head.
we're not doing the welcome speech yet, right?
not doing the auction yet. You've got one. We've got. I won't start to you.
Yeah, oh,
I would like to talk to Philomena.
Yeah.
and I'm like, they could sell all the items that were on.
You see, she's not like working or anything, but she's just kind of near the weather balloon.
Yeah, okay.
As you see, she kind of looks over you. If you've got anything particular you want to do, we might do it different at the end, but right off, give me a make an impression check. Philomena judges people quickly.
Yeah, okay. Okay, that is 26. Oh, wait, is that society?
Just diplomacy.
Oh, diplomacy will be 21 instead.
1.
Oh, no, sorry, 20.
That's still enough.
Yeah.
You see, as you walk up, you see she says, "Your shoelaces untied."
Oh. I'm not wearing shoelaces, you tricky woman. But I like it. I like your style. I have to say, I very much enjoyed your book.
What?
The book about crafting.
And you see she says, "Oh, thanks. Yes."
Yeah, it's been very helpful on my travels.
And she kind of looks you up again and says, "Are you an inventor of such?"
No, I'm not. I'm a detective, so I basically jack of many trades, master of none, pretty much.
So kind of nods twice at that and says, "Yes, I'm glad to. It was not quite the thing one wants to be known for, but we really get to choose that."
So how does this contraption work? This seems very interesting.
Give me a crafting check.
Architectural.
Not on the balloon.
No.
It's not a building. It doesn't count.
It's a balloon.
That'll be a 14.
14. You understand it's something to do with heat. Yeah. Less so because the device itself is very complicated, more so because they launch in at a master level of crafting proficiency.
Yeah.
You're trained on it. Yeah. You just don't have the. You'd need to be like an inventor or have higher training to get what they talk about.
Yeah.
Something to do with heat is about what I understand.
They're doing techno babble.
Very much so. Yes. Of course, the overflow valve has to be hooked back into the main system, in case of a.
Yes. You have to. Safety is very important.
That too,
Yes. Also being efficient.
I suppose.
Was it a long trip for you?
She says, "No, just from the next grade over. The account had some rather odd requests, but when you're in need of money, book sales don't exactly keep the gears oiled, as it is."
True. Is it true? Count it has stories that are similar to the book.
And you see, she says, "I can't say I'm much for fiction.
Okay.
You could always ask him."
I would love to if you would introduce me.
So you see, she says, "All right, I suppose."
But feel free to after the welcome speech.
You see, she says, "You're a." She says, "You understood my book, yes?
Yes.
Wonderful. Just keep an eye on the secondary pressure valve. Make sure it doesn't hit 9 or 10. I'll just get it."
Okay.
And you see, wanders off, leaves with the thing. You can either give me an engineering, a crafting check, or just a luck. Your choice.
Architectural.
Let's go luck roll. That's an 18.
Not by you doing anything, but just pure dumb luck. Nothing goes wrong. And you see, she comes back with the count.
Lovely to meet you, Count.
As you see,
Oh, it's just kind of.
you see the Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh, no.
Who, real quick, has anyone actually read the book?
No.
I don't know.
I got the book, I haven't read it though.
I also own the book and have not read it. I can't get if that's what people call him, if they say, Count of Monte Cristo, or if he has a fake name while he's the Count.
I have
Yeah.
I
no
could imagine
idea.
myself
I've heard the name.
being
I have no
awkward as
idea.
well anyway. I was like, Sir Count?
Sir Count.
What
Mr.
should I
Sir
call
Count.
you? What is the
You see
polite
your
way of...
large
talking
coat,
to you?
walking stick, walks over with an ease and grace.
Yeah, yeah, probably. Yeah, I'll probably... No, not on me. I wouldn't take that to the ball. But
That
it'd
would be
probably be back at the hotel.
A book like The Count of Monte Cristo.
Yes.
Or alternatively, Bigby's favourite book is like this dude's autobiography. It's one of those.
I could just be that. Yeah.
I think I imagine Bigby being into biographies, being like,
Yeah.
I would never have thought that.
Was it really true that you escaped prison this late?
You see he walks up. You see he he's very polite, is what he is.
Okay.
He at no point does anything that could imposition you socially. He answers your questions. He smiles. He asks, oh, and what have you been doing lately? Oh, it's so wonderful. I've meant to visit there and that sort of thing. Are you asking or talking to him about anything in particular?
Oh, what brings him here?
Yeah.
I'm
You see, he says, well, I've recently returned to Arnhem Land and wanted to reaffirm my image with the gentry.
Fair enough. Did something negative happen?
You see, he says, I had some family business that took me away for some years.
So more just a factor of reminding them who you are.
Indeed. The House of Monte Cristo has been poorly remembered of late.
That's
Something I
not
hope to amend.
I hope I can help you in that way, if at all possible tonight.
You see, he said, "You're an inventor. You're an investigator.
I am an investigator.
Do
You have a mystery that you need me to solve.
You see, he looks over to Philomena, who kind of gives a shrug, and you see he goes, I have need for someone with great skill and the ability to ask few questions.
Yes. Sounds like skills that I am capable of.
This is excellent. Should you find yourself in Cloverport, seek out my name.
That's where...
2 jobs for me!
Yeah, both of
in
them in
Cloverport. That's where we're going.
I think the
after
DM wants
what
us
we
to go to
did.
Cloverport.
There are things there.
Edmund Dantes becomes the Count of Monte Cristo, so he's
Yeah, but
probably...
he's got a fake name.
That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
while he's being the
That's
Count
his
of Monte
actual
Cristo,
name.
people come up and say, "Oh, Count of Monte Cristo,
But-
would you like a coffee?" Like that's the thing I couldn't work out.
Yes, I think they do.
What?
Yeah.
Absolutely stupid.
For the
My
dummy
count.
in the room, what is the Count of Monte Cristo?
So this dude gets a lot of money and pretends to be a
Yep.
count to enact revenge on people, and he becomes the Count of Monte Cristo. The same way that you have, like, the Duchess of Malfi, or that sort of thing. He is the Count of Monte Cristo. What I couldn't work out is if that's the name he uses. Like if he says, "Oh yes, hello, I am the Count of Monte Cristo. You may call me Count of Monte Cristo." You know what I mean?
I
Yeah,
suppose,
or it's
Yeah,
like,
hold on.
"Hi, my name's Dave, but
Exactly.
I'm the
I
Count of
suppose
Monte
it's the same way they might say, I'm the Duke of York, and probably...
Yeah, it'd have to be like,
But he'd have to have a fake name
Alexander
in addition.
or something like,
Yeah.
like some name.
Because he can't use
Count
his
of Monte
actual name
Cristo,
because
yeah.
all the people.
I mean, he has lots of fake names.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
You're probably doing the same Wikipedia.
Yeah,
trial
well,
as
I'm just looking. He's got like so many fake
Yeah.
names. Maybe
Anyway,
I should just
not
read it.
super important.
Sorry. Yes.
Kind of
Now
just a
I'm
side
down a
thing.
hole.
It's
So it's
interesting.
very important.
We'll
Sorry.
crack open the book one day and find out.
We'll
One
have
day
to,
we'll
you know,
just go to a glade and it's just the Count of Monte Cristo and all the different named people. And it's just him that we meet like 10 times.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
That's the joke. No. All right. Mordred, any action before this?
After having talked to Duke
Is Morgana
Tyson,
Le Fay the Count?
they're all Morgana.
They're all
I'd like to talk to the Lord Patron.
Yep.
I would like to walk up to them,
Mm.
and I'd like to cast Prestidigitation
Yeah.
to clean their spider silk clothing.
As you go to do that, it is already clean.
Oh. Motherfucker.
And he then turns to you and goes, "Yes."
My Lord Patron, I came to offer my services in cleaning your robes.
It is clean. It is clean. Who are you?
My name's Mordred.
Lord Tron, see, low bow.
Did he seem to change his demeanour?
Perception check if you like. How are you finding the festivities this evening?
That's a 24.
Yes.
A little much for my taste.
Ah, indeed, indeed. You would be used to the quiet, no doubt.
I am.
Oh, of course, of course. And how is your lady mother?
My lady mother,
Yes.
who would be?
The lady Morgana Le Fay. Is she well?
I hope not.
Oh!
Indeed, poor health can strengthen the soul.
Or strengthen the bonds between mother and child.
Ah, indeed, yes. We grow together when we go through tribulations. You see, he nods, but has a confused look on his face. You see, he says, tell me, when might you be seeing your lady mother? So I would most like to have an audience with her, but she's rather difficult to...
What would you like to discuss with her?
My lady would much like to meet with her.
If she has some concerns, I can pass them on.
I'm afraid that the business of my mistress is not known to me in great detail. I'm merely a humble servant.
Can I try and make a request?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or, sorry, what's the full... Seek information.
Yeah, for sure.
To try and find out what that thing is.
Yeah, absolutely.
That business is. I'll say... you can trust that I'll discuss this with my mother. This need only stay between us.
Give us diplomacy.
And I'll offer a clawed hand to shake. I'll take my glove off. No! No! Where's my other hero point? I'm out of
That
hand.
one there. You're the first.
Oh, yes, that's it, sorry. It's the exact same, so that's going to be a 14, a 28.
28. A 28 does it. You see he says something. Well, in the interest of making it happen, my lady spoke of her dealings back before you were born, no doubt. That she wished to resume a very beneficial arrangement they had.
I'll get to the point.
I would be most delighted to, but it is not going to.
So this person just doesn't know anything
Fully
about it.
does not know why they want to meet, it seems like. Tells you that, it seemed to be a deal they had. It says, not an exchange of gold, of course, something far less common. Though what exactly I was not yet know.
Well, enjoy the festivities.
And you, my lord, and you.
Mordred just shakes and puts back on his glove. Well, that was a waste of time.
At that, the Beast King's welcome speech seems to be starting. Is anyone doing anything other than attending and listening while that goes on?
No, but I will say, it's pretty awesome that we all have our own agendas.
Mm.
And are doing completely different things.
That's
Cool.
why this has to happen so late in the campaign. You've all got to get things going on. Big fan. Are people enjoying this well enough?
Yeah.
Talking
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
actions?
yeah.
Beautiful. Just wanted to check it wasn't too.
I do think we should get together though
Yeah,
and share our information.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
yeah, we should
I'm-
meet together.
I'm going to assume you meet together for the speech.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Share what we've learned so far, and then go back out, fan out again afterwards.
Up until now, this has all been happening on the field here, the welcoming mat in front, near the racetrack and the field, near the stables, that sort of thing. You see the amphitheatre and the main halls open up. You see at the very back of the main hall this great staircase that leads up to the private chambers and that sort of thing. You see it leads up high and then breaks off in two, one going to the left, one going to the right. And you see up the top, on the right-hand side, the Beast King stands, cape, crooked crown, fashionable military dress almost underneath, and standing a good 3 steps to his side, not quite in arm's reach, you see Arabella. You see Belladonna, his wife. As you see,
Is she wearing the classic yellow dress?
absolutely yellow dress, bonnet, vacant expression. It's kind of slowly blinking as she looks at that. You see he kind of calls people in, and after about a minute or so, most people, heading in, standing in the great hall and listening, you see he begins his speech. Honoured guests, old friends and new, I invite you tonight to sup at the bounty of food this glade has to offer. Everything you eat and drink tonight was grown here, and made and brewed by the hands of the workers who live here.
This one.
Next week will mark 5 glorious years since I was welcomed into the Irenian family. As he gestures to his wife. While it has not been without difficulties, you see there's a well-meaning chuckle through the crowd,
Ew.
Belladonna and I have never been happier.
Oh god, they're about to announce a
Lucky
pregnancy.
I am to have had the honour to rescue her from a corrupt and evil father. And you see several people in the crowd, boo, boo! And while some of her family has been unwelcoming and unwilling to allow a lowly mage into their ranks, we are more in love than ever. Here, surrounded by our friends and allies, I wish to make a most joyous announcement. While my condition has left me unable to have children of my own,
Thanks.
my darling wife adopted in secret several years ago. An adoption we hoped to keep away from the challenging life of nobility, but one we can keep secret no longer, as I am happy to announce my ward's proposal and upcoming marriage. I present to you all our daughter, the Princess Anastasia Arenian, and her husband-to-be, Argent Caro. And you see them walking down the stairs, as if plucked from your memory of several years ago, your younger sister. not twisted or flesh-walked at all, but as beautiful.
I knew she wasn't
and plain
dead!
of
I
face
called
as
it
she
too.
really
knew
I
is.
was
she
like, oh,
wasn't
maybe
dead.
she survived just like the Anastasia and the...
Walking down arm in arm with this twit, fancy doublet, hair flipped over to the side. As you see Anastasia, exactly as you remember her, a brown, beautifully made dress, embroidered with a rose design on the chest. Walks down arm in arm on the other side, and you see, beautiful applause coming through the crowd.
What would be the age difference between Anastasia and Belladonna?
Oh, Belladonna's not young. Belladonna would be 28, right? 30?
Anastasia would be...
Belladonna would be 35.
Adopted.
Yeah, I know it's adopted, but
Yeah.
it's still like, it's just weird. Like,
She,
Nah,
we'll say
it's
Belladonna
all
is
I think it's
nearly
fine
40,
for it to be weird, but yeah, but I think...
nearly 40, and then Anastasia would be, like, Anastasia does look younger than when you last saw her. It's as if she hasn't aged since this whole tragedy's happened. She looks maybe 5 years younger. She looks maybe 16 or 17.
Oh, wow.
And you see that, and you see she's in an elegant ball gown. Her face clear as the night air. And you see that the man has a carefree smile, looking about the room, seeming to look for approval. The Beast King concludes his speech, wishing everyone a good night and encouraging them to make new friendships and alliances, enjoy the bounty of life, and bask and celebrate in my family's love. So there's another clap of applause.
What do we know about the Carrots so far?
They're rich. They are the people who wanted to recruit Bigby.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
As far as what.
And I
And they
basically
came in
found
with the
out.
two,
the
like,
cat.
sided
Cinderella's
kids.
face.
Yeah. They came in,
Cinderella's
so that
face,
was-
perception
that
check.
was the clue.
Yeah, can
I
I
found out,
like
like,
survey the room while the speech
Oh,
is
yeah.
going on?
Yeah,
To see
checks.
who's,
Anyone
like,
wants to do checks.
I'd like to start
Happy about his-
Queen Maeve.
19.
For sure.
Mordred is just
Yeah.
Perception
14, so I'm
19,
looking for anyone
29,
really
30,
cheap.
31, 32.
You look about the crowd, see Cinderella staring back at you with a shit-eating grin. She looks like she's winning at Monopoly on the family board game side.
Interesting.
14, and I'm specifically looking for people when they said, like, I'm a proud Iranian, I like Belladonna, or all these sorts of things.
Yeah.
Like the people that said boo, like I want to know the people that didn't say boo. That like seem to look away. Or,
Yeah.
those sorts of things.
Garen Orenian looks mortified, but that's not too surprising.
Yeah.
Tristan seems not present. He seems to have fucked off for a minute.
good for him.
Politically, if
Hmm.
Anastasia and Argent Caro
Mm.
get wed in Salazar Glum,
Mm.
and you've got Cinderella and Prince Charmaine
From
over in
Grimsby.
Cindershire,
Which is in
What-
Grimsby, yeah.
what does that do
That's an interesting
power-wise?
question. It'll be a society check off the top of your head, but nothing jumps out. The Carrows aren't aristocracy as far as you know. So a couple of people are. So like the
What's in it for Cinderella?
yeah.
What's
That's-
in it for Cinderella?
So the Pikes are old aristocracy.
Well,
The
basically
Carrows don't
connects
seem-
like 3 continents together.
Yeah, no,
Mm.
that's what I mean. That's
Is it?
the question she's asking.
All right, so here's my theory. No, I'm just
Yeah, no.
Okay, Lord
Is
Drop.
why she's so
Who's
happy
secretly
about
more
that.
kidding. No,
Because this
Well, I think the
In-
more reason she's happy and got the shit eating grin is because she knew about it and didn't tell you. So it's like a
Yeah.
big fuck you to you. It's like your sister's been alive this whole time and I never told you.
Yeah.
Just fuck you.
Just if we're interested in a map, Grimsby's all places in yellow, so all along here
And
is
you
all
said
Grimsby.
you know.
Cindershire's over here. And then we
Shitty
have.
Grim.
And I'm sure
I don't
there's
think
a
she'd
sort
be
of connection
particularly
to how
happy
it was as well.
with Anastasia being more powerful than she is, though.
Well, it's pretty equal footing. So if you think about
Yeah.
like in terms of glade size, like Cindershire's a lot bigger. So
Okay.
Cindershire would be a wealthier, more important glade.
Okay.
Salazar Glum over here,
Yeah.
a bit smaller, kind of not really like neither of them are port side, neither of them are massive trade hubs.
Okay.
Probably Cinderella's still got the better deal.
Fine.
Yeah, and she'd be completely under the Anastasia would be a little more controlled and under the thumb of the Beast King.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cinderella
Yeah.
probably not.
That's what
Oh,
she's
the
just
Beast
trying.
King.
Yeah, that's what she's just trying to basically map that out in her head based on Cinderella's reaction. That's all.
Queen Maeve looks bemused, is probably the word. Doesn't seem too fussed.
I was looking at Lady Rosella,
Yeah.
and I put a 19 for perception.
I was saying 19, you're close enough you can hear her as you see she whispers, I told you so, she had her hair done.
As I looked around that room, did I see what Baron Dorev looked like?
Baron Dorev. Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Baron Dorev is not present. He was at drinks, he's not here now.
Or maybe he's talking to Tristan.
Maybe.
Tristan's also gone.
Interesting. I'm
Interesting.
ready to start this transmission. I mean, I've already started it, but finish it.
Let's finish
I
this.
want to solve the New World Order conspiracy before we do that.
The Silver Heart.
I feel like Darian has more capability of doing shit and getting away with it than Balthazar did. Balthazar did shit and just ruined his own possibilities.
I want to know why everyone looks like Morgana Le Fay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the question now might be who isn't Morgana Le Fay.
Yeah. I reckon
Rather
she's
than
trying to
Celeste.
control the world, like Queen Maeve up north, Lady Tremaine down south.
She is the
Strahd
New
and-
World Order.
Yeah. Alistair Blackthorn takes off a mask.
Yeah, super
Morgana.
quick as well, just so people are interested. Avalon is up here. In purple is Kingdom here. Camelot, not that you know of anyone from Camelot, is over here.
Where's
So-
Maleficent's
Maleficent is from Abandon. Abandon, I can't zoom in. Here we go. Abandon is
Oh, so it's
this
really
bit
close
of
to
this bit of Darkwood here. Yeah, so
Okay.
she's quite close
We should go there.
into the Darkwood.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds clever. Cloverport, if you're interested, is this glade over here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's not that far.
Alright. That's in the Google Drive as well. If people want to look at it, I'll put in the chat box something like that.
There's
It'll
an
end up-
interactive map
Sherwood?
on the wiki as well with information on the
in Miss Sherwood while you have to make
Sherwood is also in Grimsby. Sherwood is, I believe, just here.
Have you guys been there before? Yeah.
No. Drizella would have passed through Sherwood. That's bad.
Sherwood's the Robin Hood thing, right? Out of game.
Yeah. Alright.
Do I know or do I recall a tree and a swamp in Everdrift from my time over that side?
You will have almost certainly not. Everdrift is Dark.
Yeah.
Everdrift is not a place you know. I don't think Drizella would have been.
Wouldn't have heard of it, wouldn't I?
No. You can do a society check to see if you've heard of rumours of it, but certainly you've not.
If you were to go into somewhere like the Evergreen or any dark room,
Yeah.
is it recommended that you have a hair guide or get invited there by the people that live there, or
You'll
what's
die regardless.
you'll die regardless?
Suicide mission. No, yeah, probably an invite from the Fae who rules it, and a guide, and a maybe you might say.
Okay.
Darkwood's a very bad place. The DC to not get lost in the Darkwoods, I let you know, is 30 feet.
We can handle it.
It might be for slightly higher level.
We very nearly died last time we went in there. We only went
No.
We only went to the Greenwoods.
That's the Greenwood, not the
Yeah,
Darkwood.
yeah,
Yeah.
The Greenwoods make the Darkwoods make the Greenwoods look like a pit.
Yeah, so let's not.
Okay.
Maybe not a thing for right now, but
No,
eventually.
but the seed was planted, so I was curious how if there's ways.
Oh look, I'm not going to introduce something to you that you can never do or get to. There will be ways, of course. They're not really known to you just yet. Alright, that moves us on to mingling and canapes. So you've got another 3 actions here before the first dance begins.
I'm going to walk towards Anastasia.
Yeah. You see Anastasia comes down into the crowd. Her and her husband split apart unless you want to rush them and grab them together.
No. I shall go and speak to Anastasia.
You see, as you walk out, you see Anastasia says, "I quite like your dress."
I quite like yours. It would appear, sister, that the rumours of your demise have been greatly exaggerated.
Sorry?
Oh, you are dead. I carried the knife that killed you. How long have you been alive again?
I'm sorry, I don't understand. Is this some sort of... And she kind of turns to her fiancé and says, is this some sort of a joke? I've lived in Salazar Glen much of my life.
Mm. Do you have siblings?
I do not know. I was orphaned.
Of course.
Same person that did it to Belladonna.
Who's screwing with people's minds?
I apologise for your
I don't do that.
my
One of the
confusion. Congratulations on your
Would that
betrothal.
have been used on the Baron as
That's
well?
what I was thinking, yeah.
And she says,
God,
Thank
it's
you.
clicking. God.
and then he says, I saw you before, didn't I? Were you at the baby shower? And she says, no, of course not. I'm sorry, your face is familiar, but I can't quite place it.
It is. My face is somewhat challenging these days. I would.
You are wearing a mask, which
I know.
says that regardless.
I would. Yeah, it'd be lovely. I must have been mistaken. I do not recall us meeting.
And she says, very well. Well, thank you for your well wishes. I hope you have a lovely night. So she wanders off to greet other people and accept other congratulations.
Oh, I'm going to wander over to see Cinderella. That's where I'm heading.
Yep, cool. Action from Darian.
Yeah, I am going to watch like a hawk the richest people in the room. Just throughout the night as I'm mingling. And if they all disappear at roughly the same time,
Yep.
I'm going to know something's up.
I'll tell you when. I mean, if that happens.
If that happens, yeah. But in the meantime, can I see Gareth already?
Yeah, absolutely. You see, he wears his mask of wheat. As you see, he says, I'd hoped that this beast's... He doesn't... I'd hoped this beast's lack of heir would make it easier to take back the throne. This could prove problematic. Nice work at the clearing today, by the way.
Yes, I hope your nephew was feeling much better than he was.
Oh, he is. He's taken a strategically timed bathroom break.
Yes, I noticed that Baron was missing at the strategically timed as well.
It's probably mind control.
That is interesting. I
So
don't
we
quite
get
know
the
about
stuff
that.
behind, I reckon a lot of shit's gonna go.
So he says, I trust Tristan to let me in on anything like that, but you don't suppose the Baron would be up to anything violent, do you?
I hope not. Do you think it was a bathroom break or he stepped out for other reasons?
I think I should rather go find him, if you'll excuse me.
I shall let you.
And you see he heads off.
I would like to talk to High Councillor Rosera.
Yeah, absolutely. You see she's by herself sipping a drink.
Okay. Introduce myself, just quickly, and do the hand kiss thing.
You see, she introduces herself as well. Anything particular you want to talk about? You just like making some friends? Or you asking
Basically, yeah,
anything?
making friends.
Yeah, cool. Give us a make an impression check.
Yeah. What is that again? Is it diplo?
Diplomacy. Yes.
That'll be 30.
You see, you make a joke about dry casseroles. She laughs quite sincerely and says, "Oh, that does take me back. You strike me as a man of the people."
I try to be as much as possible.
I try to maintain that as well, but it becomes harder every day, it seems.
Yes, it does.
And you see, you talk on matters for Tennessee. Anything particular you want to ask her or anything like that?
Just I guess who she's with and How she got here?
Yeah, for sure. You see she talks of travelling with Councillor Figzus, whether she liked it or not.
Yeah, okay.
As that was what was expected.
Is he like her husband, or is she?
No, they're both just councillors.
Oh,
She has a husband, but
yeah.
not husband.
I kind of wanted to figure out if she was anything to do with the Swan Princess.
Not to your knowledge.
Yeah.
Mordred.
I would like to sneak off.
Yep.
During all this commotion.
You're gonna
So
have-
which
Oh,
room?
sorry. Before you move
Has-
on.
Yep.
What level did I get to?
Friendly.
Friendly. Yeah.
So it's indifferent, friend, ally.
Yep.
Mordred, as you start to sneak away, the raven on your shoulder makes sound for the first time. As you see it lets out an ear-piercing, long shriek, held in the air, louder and louder as you see everyone's eyes turn to you. As you see, the shriek turns into a single held violin note. As you see the raven lifts off your shoulder, flies over to the top of that great staircase. Now a single violin playing a soft note as a window opens and a beam of light goes across the room. As standing atop the stairs, you've seen people who look like her over the last few days,
No.
but standing there in the flesh is the Lady Morgana Le Fay.
Finally.
So the crow.
And we
flies
see all
to
three
her,
of them in one
bursts
room at the
into
same
shadow.
time.
Yes. You see, she stands at her full height, a high black collar of raven feathers around her. You see a black and gold design that is unmistakably the same as yours, as she wears this dress of black and gold, modeled after your own. You see, she says nothing as this vine. You see the raven vanishing about her. You see, ending with a flourish of the sound as a musician sits down. As you see, she begins to walk down the steps. You see the Beast King says, "My lady, a pleasure you could make it." And you see, reaches out his hand. As you see, she gives a very tiny nod. As you see, she continues heading down the steps.
Mordred is backing towards the one of the exits, probably to the kitchen.
Yeah. You see, she looks around the room. Give me a stealth check.
Am I wearing armor
Ah!
at the moment?
Sorry, the dice really like me. Probably not, since it's a ball.
That'll be a 2. Oh, sorry, a 1.
You see, as you go to turn, you just lock eyes with her. You know, she's across the room. You can still leave.
What's the status of Morgana Le Fay relative to Maleficent and Lady Tremaine? Are they roughly equal, or is Morgana higher in status?
Give me a society check and I'll give you some more information. The only people you saw the Beast King greeting personally was Archduke Tyson, Queen Maeve, and the 2 High Councillors.
18.
Officially, not much, but it does seem that there is an air of respect. You also notice that she is not the only sorcerer here. She's not the only magic user. She's the only person who seems to have appeared using magic in the hall, which is something of a faux pas. It's not rude or a declaration of war or anything that dramatic, but it's just not done in high society. It's considered garish.
There was the people that arrived and then used magic to exit a vehicle.
Absolutely, even
and...
Queen Maeve arrived in an enchanted coach, but then still arrived in the arrival spot on time. This is almost like crashing a party.
Yeah.
What an awful person.
You also notice as she's standing
I like
her hands clawed long nails, black spreading
very
out her
similar to
fingers, and feathers growing along her arms.
Would we all recognise that this is?
Yeah, absolutely.
You see Mordred very obviously trying to sneak out,
If Mordred's face could get any wider, it would be.
yeah.
You also at this point
Okay.
you see her, the Lady Tremaine, Queen Maeve in the same room. You've seen Morgana's. There are differences to the faces between these people, slight. They all have pink eyes, except for Lady Tremaine. What you do notice now, though, for the first time seeing Morgana, is you do see just something in the cheeks or the jaw or the nose of Mordred. They look related as you look at it. I think the 3 of you would immediately pick that. I don't know if Mordred knows that.
That we look related,
Yeah.
me and Morgana. That is news to me.
Not like obviously, clearly, sort of, but like, you know, when you look at people like, oh, they're probably. You
Just like when you take a family photo of a distant family, you can pick out all the ones that are biologically descendant versus the clones, you know?
Mordred, you've still got your action.
Yeah. I lock eyes with Morgana,
Mm.
and I send a message to her,
Mm-hmm.
and I say, "You should never have come here."
The spell is killed.
I open the door to the kitchen.
And just head into the kitchen.
Yeah.
Cool. Drizella will
No,
go back.
I enter. Sorry.
Oh, so
I
you've
enter the
got 10
kitchen,
minutes.
close it behind me, and just like collapse in front of the door.
You see inexplicably the chef from Kalu say, "Monsieur, are you feeling alright?"
Oh, the
Family
Kalu
business.
chef's there.
I suggest milk with thick cream.
It's the best that
That's
is. And also,
nice.
Fantastic. Whips a cow! And
Oh, I'm
we
glad
highway
he didn't
out
get
of-
killed by Morgana.
Oh,
I
the
didn't
cool.
get killed by Morgana.
Yeah.
He'd finished
Mordred's
the day
there
after
with
that,
a
after that
brown
awesome
paper bag.
speech that he made up for.
Yeah. You take 10 minutes to do some breathing exercises. The crow's gone. The crow seems to have left.
Thank God.
Damn it, I like the crow.
I like the crow.
I also liked the crow. Drizella will go to you. What would you like? Leave Morgana staring over us for a bit.
Have I just watched this woman appear
Yeah.
and Mordred Bale?
Yeah.
I mean, they
She looks
announced-
like your mum. Oh yeah, and you see also there was no herald on those stairs 2 seconds ago. But as she takes her first steps down, you see one of them called Lady Morgana Le Fay.
I'm going.
Sprinted over.
I was going to go speak to Cinderella. I'm going to go and introduce myself to Lady Morgana Le Fay.
Yeah. You head over to the base of the stairs. I mean, you're probably already there because you were just talking to your sister. You see as she reaches the bottom of the stairs and she looks over to you and says, "You must be one of Mordred's little friends."
I'm one of Mordred's slightly larger friends, but yes, you must be Mordred's relative.
Something.
I recognise the raven.
Yes. I wanted to keep an eye on him.
Wise. His
Why?
he has the heart of a lion and the sense of a particularly trusting lamb.
The second is true.
Maybe.
I rather wish she had the stomach of a lion, as it were.
Oh, Mordred has an interesting way about him. He has done some things that I would consider to be braver than most.
Oh?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like offering out the payment to all the people on a pirate ship. That was brave.
You can't forget the giving of money to the servants of the beast.
Giving money to the servants of the Beast King in front of the Beast King. That was brave. You have certainly raised a brave child. Was it you that sent the swarm of ravens?
It was.
Very impressive.
Thank you.
There was nothing left to autopsy. Next time, could you leave me something to dissect? It makes me very happy.
Next time I shall ensure there is... next time I shall ensure you are much closer to the action.
You're so kind. You look a lot like my mother.
Oh?
She's over there.
And you see...
I'm assuming they're all in the same room.
Oh yeah. It's a big. This seems to be the dance hall. It's a big, huge open space.
The woman who purported to be my mother is over there. However, my family lineage has become somewhat confusing over the last hour or so.
Interesting. You see, looks over and says, "Her."
Indeed. You know her?
Gives her just a small smile and says nothing.
I would agree. She's not worth bothering with or knowing.
A good approach.
Always wise. If you ever feel like sending crows after someone, the woman over there with Prince Charmaine in the second-hand gold dress and the shiny shoes, she would look nice with maybe some Raven-related injuries.
I think most people do.
Indeed.
When you see Mordred,
Yes,
tell him I need to talk to him.
I will let him know. He may need a moment to gather himself.
How right.
Mordred, I think, finds you somewhat intimidating.
Good.
Fine.
So you
If I see him, I will let him know that you're interested in conversing.
and you see, just holds your gaze and stands there, doesn't move.
I stand there and hold a gaze. There's something else you wish to say to me?
Could you make me a will save?
Oh god. Oh, she's the worst.
28.
I want to go to the Beast King.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
that's
28.
What? Wait,
What?
say that again?
Do
Do
I
it,
said I want to
do
go to the
do
Beast King.
do it,
Just be
do
like,
it.
hey, by the way, you know how you wanted, you invited me to find out who killed the Baron? Right there.
Oh, do it! Just do it!
Do
Do it!
You become fatigued,
Okay.
which lowers your
Then I might
AC
get paid.
and all your saving throws by one.
Do it! Do it!
Fatigue.
Honestly, do it!
Just one.
I will definitely ask for pay.
That's
as
fine.
well.
As you see, time doesn't slow down. You
It's just
relive
the last
in
time I
your
talked to
head
this guy.
the
Mhm.
night of
Shit.
the ball.
I feel like I'm frightened for.
But this time you see it from an
Just do it
onlooker
anyway.
and feel their horror and disgust as they see you.
No, because it goes back
Jesus
round after
Christ.
round.
And are just
It's only for
wrapped
like 4
with
rounds.
Oh,
Okay.
I just might do a slightly shitty dance. Because every time I get close to these kids, I flinch.
I
I
swear to God, if anyone tries to
Yeah,
dance with Morgana, I will
I-
kill you.
smile.
My lady.
I reach into my bag.
I wasn't planning
I
to.
pull out
You
a
gave me-
flask of
Yeah.
coffee.
Go back. Oh, I missed it.
Yes.
I pour some coffee and go, I shall look for Mordred for you.
What was the last one?
Yeah,
The
The coffee gives +1 against.
Yeah.
against
When fatigued. Yeah.
which, funny enough, is what Morgana caused.
Oh,
But I
okay.
didn't realise that.
Uh-huh.
The coffee has been a good ongoing bit. And all right, Darian, over to you.
Yes. All right. I assume none of the
I'll
Iranians
tell
have
you. I'll tell you.
No, none of the Iranians have come back. It's just gone.
No, not yet.
Okay, cool. I wish to go and have a chat. God, what's his name? Sorry before. Yeah, why not? I'll have a chat to the dude from Sherwood, the little prince.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see a simple
Cancels
robe
out.
gold chain. Kind of
Cancels out my
beard
fatigue.
advisor stands over him and says, "My lord, another visitor approaches." As you see the young king, the young prince turns to you and says, "I'm Prince John. Who are you?"
Darian Sand, and I'm gonna bow, to try and be below his height.
Yeah, and you see he gives a polite nod. And you see the advisor whispering, "He's not welcome here."
I'm going to. Hang on, what's the exact?
You have excellent manners.
We're going
darlings.
to discuss matters.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm merely going to ask him: is this one of your first forays into the realm of balls and happenings?
Let me see what he says. I have been to several events of state before. My father thinks it important for me to have experience in these matters,
Can I
agree with him.
can I roll insight?
Wait,
Yeah.
did the boy look at the advisor?
Yeah, it's on the sheet that his advisor's always in his ear.
Yeah, but when he said dad, he looked at the advisor.
He looked at it.
His advisor is his dad's advisor.
I think he's.
So that was what was this? This was sense motive, which is perception. Is it?
Always.
24.
What are you trying to say, sir?
I'm trying to
It's a
sense whether he was lying about having to go on to other events.
Not lying, no.
But
seems
would
to
they be
lying
like
about his
small
dad.
events or? Oh, he's lying about his dad.
Probably a safe bet this is the biggest you've been to.
Yeah,
From your
that's
reading.
what I thought. Yes, well, I
Events of state is a helpfully vague term.
I don't happen to go to many of these, especially not one as regal as this. Are you enjoying it?
And he says, "Oh, it's all right. I think it is quite pleasant."
Have you met anyone of interest?
You see he kind of very quickly says, "Oh, they're all a bit boring."
Do we have a business card, by the way?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, okay. I whip out a business card and just be like, yes, well, we tend to make things a little bit less boring, so...
You see that the advisor fully stands in front of him and says, "Thank you, sir. I shall pass this on to his liege. There are many people we must meet."
Yes, if you ever need enough services, I can walk away.
Excellent. Give us an impression check. Diplomacy. It was the chewiest trophy I've
That's
ever.
23.
He likes you. Friendly.
Yeah.
Alright.
I just want to imprint on the small kid, you know?
Big B, second action of mingling before the dance starts.
I'm going to talk to the beast king.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Big B, I trust you're enjoying the celebrations.
I am. It is a great event that you have put on.
Thank you.
You have really outdone yourself. Should
Much
be
of the
very
thanks belongs to Atasha. Her delicate hand has steered much of the particulars.
proud. Very smart to trust someone with such great taste. Anyway, the reason I
Question
wanted
my
to talk...
taste, detective.
No, I was just saying that her taste is excellent. And
Indeed.
trust it. So, you tasked me with a job, and I have been ruminating on it for the last few days, or last day.
I've been thinking a full 12 hours.
And I'm a quick
And I've
mystery.
assessed the description of what happened based on the witnesses and witness testimonies, the evidence left behind, and
Well, not left behind.
I believe that the culprit is none other than the recently appeared Morgana Gray.
Pass that up to Jesse. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm expecting
Her
that.
appearance with the raven off my companion's shoulder was the final piece of the puzzle. Put it all together.
You see, he leans in and says, "Might we discuss these matters somewhere more private?" Sure. Yes. You see, he begins to walk off down on the floor.
Yeah, I'll follow it.
You see, after he says, "Tell me, detective, do you smoke?"
Yes.
Excellent. You see, he opens onto a small hall with several other rooms off it. One of the doors and says, "Please, after you." To your left and right. As you see, he opens a drawer. There's a variety of cigarettes, pipe smoke, that sort of thing. He produces from his quote a very large pipe, clearly like specially made for him.
Yeah.
You see, he takes the food, puts some smoking pipe in there, and says, "Help yourself."
Thank you. I'll put some in a pipe as well.
So he conjures a flame onto it, lights yours with large coals, and he says, "Are you certain of this?
I am.
Good. If you ever say that again outside of this room, I will pull your head off and throw it from the castle ramparts.
Have I offended you, sir?
No, but we must not offend Lady.
That is fair.
Anyone who can bring that sort of hellfire down upon my blade is not someone I need as an enemy.
I could not agree with you more, sir.
My only hope is whatever dealings the ogre had have died with him.
I hope so too.
But tell me, you see that point, he kind of reaches a clawed hand against the door and says, do you know anything else of this matter?
My companion seems to be related to you.
Capital. You see he says, excellent. Excellent. This is good news indeed. So he says, you've proven to be trusting, a trusted friend in difficult times of late.
Thank you, sir.
What are your plans after the festivities are over?
I have none at this stage.
I could use a man like you here. There are enemies on all sides. I need someone to help me seek them out.
That makes sense. Someone of your power would always have me.
There's room for a spy master in my court, should you want the titles.
Very interesting. I will not give you an answer immediately, but I will definitely think about it and get back to you.
You see, he pauses for a second as if considering and says, I would expect nothing less. And you see, he opens the door and gestures for you to leave.
Before I leave,
Yes.
is there... you did say you'd pay me for finding out this information. Is that still...
Indeed, yes. You see, he very lazily says, did I name a price?
No, you did not. You said it would be a great reward.
Indeed. I trust you will honour this king's word, which will be paid after tonight. Come see me again after the ball. I shall speak with Tashana, and she shall deliver you a reasonable payment. Tasha, and she will deliver you.
Who was it in
Thank
our
you,
other
my lord.
campaign that we always mixed up names?
Amanita and Electra always miss.
Yeah, no, but there was like a
Rename.
NPC that we always rename like all the time. And they had like 5 names
Oh,
over the course of the
Cheapskate's
campaign.
gonna
Can
die
dance.
before it pays me.
I mean,
He doesn't
There
know
was
that.
delivery.
Yeah, I know he doesn't know that.
He's going to try to be kingly and resplendent.
Yeah.
Another bullshit. Capital. Alright. Mordred, second action before the dance. Second action, then the dances. The dance.
I'd like to get a knife from the
I was
kitchen.
hoping he was going to invite me
Easy,
to the
done. Free action.
I grab a knife
Mm.
and I stash it in my boot.
Cool.
And then I leave the kitchen.
Lovely. Anything you want to do?
Oh, I've been hyperventilating the entire
yeah.
time, trying to
Wonderful.
overcome my feared condition.
You open the kitchen door, Morgana is standing away.
I can't.
The door doesn't open. You see she steps through. You see just a dark shadow appear on the door in her sweat, stepping through it. You see she says, "Hello, little crow." And you see the kitchen kind of turns to you, and she says very loudly and very meanly, "Get out!" As you see, other people just kind of go to the chef says, "This is my kitchen. You cannot." She stares a look at it, and you see he goes silent. You're alone in the kitchen, bubbling with a pot nearby, the dripping with a tap not quite turned off.
Hello, mother.
Have you been enjoying this?
Enjoying what?
This little spat you've been having.
If I spat, you mean me leaving you and never coming back? Yes.
So you've not got it all out of your system.
I'm not coming back.
I'm getting very tired of this game, Mildred.
I'm getting tired of you interfering with my life.
I can
Mildred,
just imagine
am
Gallon
your
with
love.
kids. Just like...
Sorry.
Mildred, I am your love.
You're not my life.
Just
I
like
have
try
friends
teacher.
now. They care about me more than you ever did.
I'm sure. Mildred, I have very important things happening here. I need you. Now, I know your little friends are looking for some things here as well. I need you to understand that if you or they get in my way, there will be very dire consequences.
If you lay a finger on any of them, I'll.
What
You'll-
is that?
You're
I'll
not ventilating enough to.
don't touch them.
We'll discuss this later, Mildred. I have business to attend to, and then we can resume your trip.
I'm never coming back, and then I'll just rush out the door and slam it.
Back
She
in the
walks
kitchen.
blazes through the door.
You see, you slam door, you see she doesn't seem to follow you.
I'm just gonna send out messages to Bigby, Drizella, and Darian, like, can we meet, please? I need to talk now.
Drizella turns on her heel and wanders in the direction of the kitchen with a glass.
Yeah.
Just sort of wherever it was that Mordred's headed off to, Drizella will wander in that direction.
Yeah, you all meet near the kitchens with Mordred.
Mordred, your mother is delightful. She wishes
No,
to
she's
speak
not.
to you.
Oh,
No, she's not. She
No,
just
you're
threatened
right.
to
She's
kill
not.
all of you.
I know.
Have a smoke of this.
I
I'll
put
take
my
a
cup.
smoke of it.
Beast King has some of the finest weed in the South. No, he doesn't. Finest weed in the South. No.
Mordred, why don't we?
If the old token to say that.
I say into Mordred's head, why don't we go find some stuff and just leave them to whatever? You know, balls are all very well, but this is a ridiculous amount of finery and splendour for a room full of shallow people. Let's just go and find some things that we've come to get.
Well, I'm having a great time. So you
Will
guys go
you carry on doing that then?
and I might be
Bigby?
able to make up enough entertainment to cause a distraction.
I assume I'm not going to be around you guys.
Yeah.
I will suggest you guys perhaps check the more private areas, and I will hold out for the option.
Yeah, and I sort
Okay.
of smoke.
And you're going to.
So you're going to go back to the smoke.
When people go to the smoking room, I'm totally joining them. If I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to get enough.
You can absolutely. So when you want to talk with them, you can absolutely say, "Let's to the smoking room,"
Oh.
and go and take them there.
Genius.
Smoking room.
Okay.
I
I'm gonna
think we
be
should
like,
do the dances
I'm gonna be like
first.
ODing on nicotine by the end of the night.
Don't do
Mordred
dances.
says, I've trained all morning for the
Dance
dance.
goes for 6 actions, so you've got plenty of time to snoop around. And
Oh, before that?
Okay.
no, so dances are about to start, but the dance goes for 6 actions.
Yeah,
Then
so
there's
you spend
dinner,
one action
Then there's a
on
second dance. Then there's the end. So you've got lots of time left.
Swear.
Shall we? Why don't we give you some time to collect yourself? I think right now you are all.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I think I can dance really well right now.
Jesus
Do you want
Christ.
to dance with me first?
Aw.
Yes.
I am unclear if the jitterbug is a dance or not at this time, but yes. Don't get yourself killed being clever.
Well,
Advice.
I maybe got a little close just recently.
What happened?
Oh, I told the Beast King who committed the crime that killed the Baron.
As in,
Morgana, yeah.
It's alright, yeah, he's just thrown your mum under the Beast King bus.
But she's way more powerful than him, so he just shut himself.
You
So-
go to look around. Morgana has not come out the kitchen door you're saying it, but he's back in the main dance room.
Shall we go and take a few moments to calm yourself prior to dancing, Mordred?
I think I'll only make a bad show if I dance with you. You should try and get some information.
Okay. I'll dance with someone else first.
Dance out, dance
But I'll cast guidance on you before you go.
Nice.
Um,
I'm gonna dance with Rose Zero.
Okay.
And be careful. My mum's here for something far larger than the looking glass or the star. Be careful.
It's larger than that.
I don't know, but if she's involved, who knows?
okay,
Actually,
so we
Oh,
are.
maybe she's trying to get something in the auction.
no. So Old Mate Jack
Mhm.
said that Lady Tremaine would cause a massacre at the auction and she had the most money. So she was likely to win the auction.
Lady Tremaine.
Perhaps Morgana wishes that not to be the case.
True. Maybe.
We shall see.
Okay.
We'll go off snooping.
So
Yeah, what happens when
snooping,
two cataclysms
snooping?
get pissed off at each other in a building?
Great question. More diplomacy stuff.
Do we want to be nearby?
Darius, what are you up to?
Yeah. So I'm going to go up to the young. What's his name? Argent Caro.
Ah, yes, the fiance.
Fiance.
Fiance of my non-flesh walked
So
sister.
twat.
Yeah, good luck talking to him. He's probably more.
You see, he turns over. Do you say that to him? What, you see, he says, "Common footnote."
No, I just say,
How the hell did you get here?
young Master Caro.
Yeah.
Does he look like semi-vacantly minded, or does he just like not want to be here? What's the vibe of him?
He looks bored. He doesn't look
Yeah.
dull. He looks quite sharp, but he looks very sharp.
I see you're betrothed to Anastasia.
Yeah.
That's all right. Will she live in Westbury? That's right.
Clover.
Cloverwood.
You see, he goes, "That's the capital."
Are you enjoying your relationship with the Beast King and the Iranian family?
You see, he kind of just gives you a look and says, "Who are you?"
I think this is my favorite card. I'll be like someone who obviously can tell that you're not very interested in this event, so I shall bid you farewell. I have been helping the Beast King with his magic endeavors.
Bye. And you see, he just kind of wanders off.
Expert diplomacy.
Give us a make an impression check.
I expect you to net.
That's 20. Did you actually get that 20?
No, I didn't, but I got a 19, so that's a 32.
He really respects your down-to-earth style.
Just being blunt.
Treating him like a person.
And the fact that you left him alone.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, I
You
actually
obviously
like
didn't
that
leave him
guy."
alone. Yeah.
That guy was alright.
He only talked you out his ass for like 2 seconds, not like 5 minutes, you know?
I'm so glad my insufferable arsehole characters won the table over.
My two favourites so far are definitely the biggest pieces of shit.
You know what would be funny? Playing that arsehole as a character in D&D.
Oh,
I think it would get old too quick.
Probably after like a few sessions. You'd just be like,
That's the
the guard's like, what are you doing? I don't know.
well, that was pretty much me playing as Dietrich.
Yeah, true. It works for him.
I ditched him after the first session.
Dietrich the
Alright.
dick.
That was mostly just because he wasn't. I was worried he wasn't going to be strong enough, and he was going to be killed in the session.
Those of us snooping. Where are we snooping?
Well, I was in the kitchen area there.
I will need to come out of the kitchen as we're going to just go and look in the staff quarters.
Snoop in the kitchen. What are you putting? What spices are you?
Yeah, I don't think there's much here. I'd love to go to room 6 with the Roman numerals.
Yep.
The laboratory.
Laboratory.
And then the
Yeah.
yeah. And maybe the auction house over there? You could snoop around there.
Yeah, so 6, 7, 8 probably.
Cool. So it's one room per action. So
Yeah.
laboratory for that first. You got 6. The dance goes on for 6. So the first one is looking at the laboratory.
Yep.
Give us a perception check, unless you want to do anything clever.
Could I use my 1,000 visions feat to open my mind up to anything that's concealed in my immediate. So I pretty much get X-ray vision.
Nice.
Very ghostly kind of vision.
27.
27?
26.
26. You see, as you enter, you see two what look like attendants kind of like making out on one of the benches as they quickly pull apart, and one of them says, can I get either of you a drink?
Mordred just looks confused by this whole thing.
As you see, they both then kind of stand up, grab hands, and wander out of the room. The laboratories themselves, large sort of series of chambers, kind of knocked out the walls to make it a big space. Kind of exactly what you'd expect. There's big alchemy stations, huge rooms mapped out on the walls, big dissection tables by the looks of it, shelves and shelves of pickled and preserved, body parts, animal heads, that sort of thing.
Gross.
Yeah, it is pretty gross. 26, 27, did you say? And I'll say that is enough to know that the items you're looking for are not in.
Do we find anything interesting?
You find a few bits and pieces. You find a lot of spell components. Now, stealing here is probably difficult because you don't really have your packs. The main thing you'd find is a lot of spells. Looks like this is a laboratory in physical sciences, or they're also in a mage's workshop. You can't understand what exactly it is about an Arcana check, but it looks like there's been lots of attempts at making spell scrolls.
Can I
failed spell scrolls?
Arcana?
Yeah, you can try Arcana.
No.
No?
10 total.
Someone's been trying to make a spell scroll, but you can't tell what the scroll is.
Yep.
Moving on.
Moving on.
I'll keep my vision.
5 actions of dancing left. We might just power through the rooms you guys want to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Where else do you want to have
The room next to it, so lesser west wing.
This is just very thin, very simple. You see some suits of armor around. You see there's an attendant posted here who, as you come into the hall, says, excuse me, sir, might I see your invitations?
I produce mine.
Thank you. And yours?
Produce mine.
Thank you. The party is back that way through the laboratory in the main.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll. No! What the fuck? No.
I said put him in a sleep hold.
No. I'll say to them, we're trying to get to the study. We've got some private letters to write.
I'm sorry?
The study. Yeah.
The Lord King's study?
Yes.
That is not for public use.
Well, I'm sure you're aware our companion, Joseph Bigby, is working on behalf of the King on some important investigative matters.
Everyone in the glade works for the important matters. Your friend working for him does not grant you access to any room he happens to use. Might I again remind you, the party is back through that way. I suggest you rejoin them. It gives you a big smile. You see, as you see Holt at his hand.
Mordred looks confused by the gesture.
I go, may we take our tickets?
You see he hands them back to you.
Okay. Come, Mordred. Let us dance.
Full. 4 actions of dancing left. You guys going back to the main hall?
Do you want to go back to the main hall, or do you want to go
to the auction house?
Auction house is through
that
the
corridor?
Get past that attendant.
They want money.
I have money?
Mordred doesn't bribe people.
Rizella can. I don't have an issue with that if you really want to go and look, Mordred.
Let's go back and dance.
There's also probably secret ways that what's his face showed us, isn't there?
Well, this is the secret ways.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bigby, we'll go to you. What are you up to?
I would like to have a dance with High Councillor Rosella.
High Councillor?
Because I'm friendly with her.
Oh, yes.
She's the one I was just talking
Yes, absolutely. She's quite short, but she's a halfling, so she's quite short, but still able to dance.
Cool.
You see, you take up positions, the song starts, you begin dancing along with her. Do you want to discuss anything in particular while you're dancing? You're just using it as a chance to make an impression?
Distraction. Pull them all out.
I would like to seek rumors.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I would probably like to specifically try to find out if there's any meetings happening later on.
Sure, sure.
Like smoking meetings or discussions or something elsewhere for as many people. So should I make a roll of some kind?
Absolutely. I think there's a few options on that sheet. You're looking to do any of them?
Oh yeah, one to society, Solar Society. That'll be 26.
That will do it. You see, she informs you that herself, Chancellor Moore, and Lord Pikes are planning to meet to discuss a trade alliance.
Oh, okay.
He's really friends with her. She'll give you the other information, which is the plan is to undermine the constituency of BRICS, which is the trade empire Xander, where you're from, operates.
Yeah, okay.
To try to upset their monopoly on trade. At least it sounds very diplomatic, fairly boring.
Yeah.
But that will function as a. Who wrote these rules? 3-point rumor. Three gossip points.
Okay.
For anything about that trade dispute or any of those people mentioned.
Cool.
Darian.
Yes, I wish to speak in Fae to Madame Vaudeville
Yeah.
And ask her for a dance.
Absolutely. Madame Vaudeville of Woe.
But before I do that, can I recall knowledge on what I know about her? How she was introduced, who she's with?
Like the rest of the Fae, she wasn't introduced, but give me a nature check for the Fae. We'll wrap up at 10 tonight as well, just by the way.
Oh, okay. That's a 5.
Hard to say. Hard to say.
Ask for a dance with Woe. Woe. Oh, it is a.
Woe is me to know where that is.
Oh, it's near Cindershire. It's near Sherwood.
Yep, very near Sherwood. Also near Ember Hall.
Who's from Ember Hall?
Ember Hall's the red
The red.
hand, Alexander Dunlos and the like. The tyrannical Fae-burning people. Not a lot of them here tonight, anyway.
And on the favorite.
They hate it. Madame Vaudeville is probably about your height, maybe like a few centimeters taller. Huge wings though, probably twice her height in length, which she kind of has to awkwardly kind of fold down while she's dancing, not to bump into other people. Give me either performance to dance or diplomacy to make an impression.
I will make an impression. That is 24.
Damn. That's a success. You see she talks with you. You learn that she is from Woe. You hear her talk about her uneasy alliance with the Red Hand.
She's an alliance with it.
Yeah, very odd for a Fae. And she makes a joke about how it makes her rather unpopular with the other Fae.
I'm sure it would. What brings you to an event like this?
A matter of wanting to make friends where I can. The Beast King has been unusually receptive to the Fae, and any connection I think between Fae and Glade is a good thing.
I agree. My travelling companions, one of which is descendant of a Fae as well.
Oh, how rare!
Yes. We're learning quite a lot about the Darkwoods.
Well, if you ever need a hand, do come stop by Woe. It's pleasant as they go.
Can I ask her seek information?
Yeah, absolutely. That gives you a couple of questions.
I specifically want to ask her about the prince and whether he is included in that alliance.
Prince
Of Sherwood, yeah.
Yeah.
And what his situation is. I noticed he seems to do what he's told. What's going on in Sherwood?
You see, she says, the young Prince John is somewhat difficult. Ember Hall honours our alliance wonderfully. Sherwood, however, seems more interested in our wood than the fair. They are terrible for logging. Constantly trampling through the woods, and sometimes deep enough to wander into our territory.
Really?
Never have I known lumberjacks so dedicated to their craft. It makes one wonder what they're really looking for.
That is strange. We recently helped the what were they called? The Dryads. As when the Beast King entered this glade, he wasn't so kind to the trees and tried to expand the glade.
She says, sadly, the Dryads are not included in our deal. I was unable to protect them from the Red Hand. There are few left in that part of the world.
And that is sad. Their magic is pure.
It is quaint.
Quaint. Okay. I guess that's what you say about the normal, compared to the dark woods, yeah. Green woods, yeah. That is true. Well, thank you very much for this time.
She says, a pleasure. Always nice to meet those open to collaboration.
Of course.
And you see one of the many butterflies that just kind of wanders on her as you're dancing, crawls onto your shoulder, just kind of sits there for a bit and then flies off again. All right. That is 4 actions left with dancing. Anyone else? What's our plan for those next actions? Are we doing more diplomacy? Is anyone else wanting to sneak off? That could definitely work.
Do you guys come in and tell?
I'll go dance with Cinderella.
Oh,
Fantastic.
You need a distraction.
You see, as you walk up, you see she takes the position to lead.
Really? Drizella nods, takes a position to follow.
Wonderful. You see the music starts and you begin dancing. Give me a performance check. See how it goes.
Can I do an intimidation check? Rather
Absolutely.
I have
You can do
no
an intimidating dance.
intimidating dance. Oh no, I'm going to use my nat 20 hero point.
Fantastic. Natural 20.
Yes.
Oh,
For intimidation, plus another 10. So nat 20, 30.
Incredible. She rolled a 28.
Oh, wow.
so you needed that.
So you really need that.
That's when you use your nat 20. It's like dancing with Cinderella.
You see, she
Yes.
attempts to dance better than you. You simply dance more than her. Break all social convention, but it makes her look like the arsehole.
Nice.
What's your goal here? Do you want to talk with her? Are you causing a distraction? Are you doing both?
I'm trying to goad her. I want a distraction. So I'm dancing. I sniff and I go, it appears you've got rid of the majority of the skunk. Do the cinders wash off so easily?
I'm going to get her to do a will save for your cunning comments. That's a 7 on the dice.
Can you reverse prestidigitate someone?
Soil their pants.
Yeah, soil. Yeah.
You see, she just immediately loses it. For someone who's been very composed, very trying to be very catty, subtle about it, just immediately, I can't believe you did that! You ruined everything! You always just, having it out with you on the middle of the dance floor. Your plan works immediately because she rolled shit.
I go, cinders, do not stress. And then I spin her out and then spin her in with my inside ropes.
That's so gross.
She takes some psychic damage. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely not okay with that.
And
what are you doing? Oh my gosh.
And now she's leading, or she was leading.
Yeah, there's not anymore.
but she's leading, so we're going to hit as many people
Phenomenal.
on this dance floor as is possible. Cinder's calm
Right.
down.
Well, specifically, you got to throw her
Roll
into as many people as possible.
No, well, she's leading, so
Give us a d20. The higher you roll, the more important the person you bump into. On a 20, you bump into Morgana.
I hope you
20.
roll Morgana.
no. Let's hero point that as well. Wait, no, let's, so that's at least a
Who
10,
do you want
isn't
to
it?
bump into? Anyone you like.
So that would be a 21 in total. So yeah,
Queen Maeve?
who'd be
One of the Fae. Lord Patron, he'll make a scene.
whoever looks like they would get really pissed.
Yeah, because he's getting
So
carried by
she
people.
would-
He would feel
Yeah.
Lord Patron is screaming
Oh.
at the service person.
Either or is Peter Hodgson still in his litter?
You see, yes. You see he's
Yeah.
kind of held up by several tents, kind of
Yeah, we're
swaying
going
him
to
back
take
and
out the
forth.
litter.
You see
Take
him
out the
knock out
attendant.
one.
Yeah.
You see he's on the ground. You see he goes, "Murder! I've been murdered! Help me! Help me! An assassin!"
No, my sister is not adept at the dancing manoeuvres. I am so sorry. She appears to have hit one of your attendants, and
As you see, he loudly calls out, "Don't worry, everyone! It's just that clumsy Cinderella!
Oh god.
Help me up!" And you see 4 or 5 people help him up.
and I continue to.
Absolute pandemonium.
Yeah, I continue to just basically just let her loose all over the dance floor.
You see your mother crosses the dance floor and kind of grabs your arm as you're dancing and says, "What are you doing?"
Cinderella wanted to lead.
And you see she very sheepishly heads off. You see, says, "Gisela, I know things have not been easy for you, and I know you are doing your own thing. And
Would you
that's
like to dance, Mother?
wonderful." You see she kind of absent-mindedly takes up and starts dancing as she's having this conversation.
Yeah.
Kind of trying to blend in, lowering her voice a bit. But I need you to stop messing with what's going on. I thought you'd at least be happy to see Anastasia.
Oh, yeah, if she knew who she was, or where she was, or who her family is. A facsimile of Anastasia with no memory of anything is...
You've no sense of time or patience, do you?
No.
You always want everything right now. There are things in motion that must cure. Must mature. Must sit
Cure like a
and
ham, as opposed to cure like a disease, where the faster it happens, the better it is.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Some things are better with age.
Shame you're not one of them, really. And she spins her out and then spins her back in again.
Incredible. Yeah, that's a distraction.
Yeah, so if you guys want to go, like, hunting for stuff, like, I'm making a lot of noise down here.
Did that draw out the attendant that was outside the study?
Yep.
I'm going back in there after they've slipped inside.
Can I cast invisibility on?
Real quick. Drizella, can you please give me
A death saving roll.
Yeah, it's going to go badly wrong now. There's lots of pissed off people. 26.
What time are we finishing up, Gallant? Do you know?
10. A couple of minutes.
Okay, I'm like,
26. You see 28.
Oh.
You see your mother, not that she has actual claws, but a nail-clawed hand digging into your shoulder. As you see, she says, "It is not my age I would be concerned with." As you feel your bones ache, a shot of grey go through your hair, becomes slowed one.
Okay.
Not for an amount of time, for quite some time. As you see, you age. Oh, sorry, hang on, I'm looking at the wrong spell. That becomes slowed one.
Slowed one?
Not slowed one.
No.
Sickened one.
Okay.
Sickened one. Sorry, a bit hard. Sickened one.
Yeah.
That's going to be a pretty permanent curse, because you see you age 20 years as you stand there.
Okay.
Arcana was bad.
As you see,
So you just have
lets go of the shoulder.
slightly saggy inner ropes.
They're already mostly like semi-liquid body, but you know the hair goes there. You feel your teeth loosen in your mouth. Your muscles twist a little. Some baleful spell has been cast upon you.
I smile and go, age and wisdom come together, Mother. Thank you for assisting in that, as always. Have they started wandering off?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm going to summon animal.
Yep.
I'm going to summon... Oh, what do I think would be good at a dance? What would be fun at a dance?
Oh dear.
I'm just going to go, yeah, stuff to do. What am I going to do? Sorry, let's have a look. What can I say? Maybe a dinosaur. Or something flying. What shall I... Or mosquito.
Yes.
A giant mosquito. That would be annoying at a party. Yeah, I'm going to summon Bloodseekers
Oh my god.
and basically go, thank you about that, and just bow in a very, genteel way, and then turn and walk away to the drinks table and basically just set a giant blood-sucking mosquito off somewhere on the other side of the dance floor.
Oh.
And on whoever happens to be over there, not really targeted. Just go, eat what you want. It's a party. Would be the command given to the blood-sucking thing. Eat what you want, it's a party.
We leave with several people heading off to snoop about. Bigby, I think, heading off to the smoking rooms to make deals and discuss with people.
No, I think it's
Snooping.
she's dancing on the music as well.
Snooping. Darren,
I want to have a quick dance with Fasala.
wonderful. You're making diplomacy. You head off to snoop. Drizella causing the scene. And then this bloodsucker flying around the room looking for someone to, as a bolt of light flies through the air, incinerating it.
Where did that come from? Yeah, where did...
this kid fires off a magic missile. Sorry, a dart of evanescence.
Yeah.
As you see, he says, "No need to worry, my friends. Eat, drink, and be merry. Nothing bad will happen tonight. You have my personal word." And we're going to end it there on that very true, very reliable stuff.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, have like 20 of the most